Can see you later. Hey, Nyrex. Yeah, thanks so much, bro. Hope so too, bro. Miss being in the streams. Hey, it's good to have you back, Chubby. Honestly, it is. You know, I can't lie. You know, you've joined us for a really, I don't want to say a hot topic, but I think a very timely topic. Today we're talking about representation. Spoiler alert. That's in the title. I think it would be a good. I mean, originally I was going to talk about consent, but it's just been so much bullshit going on with on my Twitch channel or on my TikTok and on, you know, and then the streamer awards happen. I mean, the Pogger awards happen. Just, you know, I feel like it's a time that we can really talk about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see my TikTok if you see my TikTok comment section on my video while I talk about Elden Ring doesn't have, you know, any black hair options really. Them cat and I haven't been on that account in like all week, bro. Like, I've been on my gaming account, bro, just because it's so annoying, bro. It's like I hate sitting here arguing about niggas, and it's like all of my notifications are this and that. And it's like sometimes I want to capitalize off of the attention, and other times I just like, man, I just want to be able to advocate for shit that's important and not have to fucking debunk the stupidest fucking arguments of all time. Like, literally the shittiest arguments. No, it's not TikTok awards. It was a Twitch awards. It was a Twitch streamer award show. I didn't know about it either. But yeah, man, it was very Caucasian, you know, for lack of a better word. I didn't even see the comments on that video are awful. They are, bro. They're really fucking awful, you know. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take some time to gather myself. And I'm gonna do a Mindful Monday on representation and drop these motherfucking clips on the fucking timeline, nigga. Like, these niggas ain't ready, bro. Not as good as the Greenhouse Awards. Yeah, I think there might have been more black people at the Greenhouse Awards than there were at the Streamer Awards, bro. Just want to say that. That shit annoying as fuck. Yeah, bro. It's super annoying, bro. Oh, 100%. Yeah, that shit was, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to just speak on this a little bit because, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I was triggered the other day, and it really lit a fire under my ass, though, because to see an event like that and it being called the Streamer Awards, to me, was just like a slap in the face to, like, creators who are not at the top of Twitch. You see what I'm saying? Or even, like, not in that specific friend group. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like. It felt like one big ass friend group got together, got all their fans together, and just pat each other on the back like for 2 hours, you know? And then they called it the Streamer Awards, which, I mean, and don't get me wrong, bro. Like, cool, do your own thing, but why call it the Streamer Awards? Call it the Pogger Awards, bro. Call it the Pepe Awards, since y'all love that nigga so much. Like, I don't know. I just don't see a situation where a black creators together would come together and make a fucking board or a fucking broad ass award show called the Streamer Awards, you know what I'm saying, and not include white people, bro, or any other race. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see that happening ever, and I feel like it's kind of fucked up, bro. And I think it's pretty trash. Kai Taylor, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate you, bro. It's kind of fucked up, bro. The flavor was not there, very unseasoned. If you were, yeah, I'm like, where the Pastor Lorries, bro? Pastor Lorries, bro. And you know, and I'm sure they probably didn't mean it that way, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that makes it any less wrong, to be honest. I mean, maybe they're not as, you know, they're not seen as bad people, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like representation is such an important thing, and the lack of representation is such an insidious thing, you know. And I think it, you know, like I said, I was really mad about it before. I'm kind of chill on it now. It's like, whatever. I want to do our own award show, you know, and we're going to call it we're not going to call it the black award show. We're going to call it the award show for Twitch streamers and content creators. And that's what we're going to call it, bro. And we're going to invite niggas from both sides of the fucking aisle, bro. Because that's what it should have been done from the beginning, you know, but it's like, okay, whatever. I even like some of those streamers, but that shit was dumb. Yeah, it was, bro. It's honestly like, it honestly gives off pretentiousness. You know what I'm saying? It honestly gives off like, hey, I'm better than you, you know? I love those guys. Why is there a YouTube black when there isn't a YouTube white? Wow. Wow, yeah, we know we know what that is. Kai Telly, thanks so much again for the sub, bro. You caught me in the middle of a rant. I'm just like, as y'all can tell, I'm really angry about this, and I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like yesterday, I had to really like, I really got mad, bro. I was really pissed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this is a field that I'm in. This is so close to home. This is like gaming. This is like Twitch. This is so close to home to me that it really riled me up, guys. And I'm like trying to calm down. Woosah, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, and I get, like, I don't expect everybody to be so upset, you know what I'm saying? But for me, like, this is just something that's close to mine. And y'all know I wear my heart on my sleeve, bro. It's just really upsetting, bro. It's like, oh my God, bro. Misleading advertising. Yeah, bro. Call it the Pogger Awards, bro. Call it the, got a dip for a meeting, but I'll watch this back later because this topic is teleported. Of course. All right. Thanks, no parts. It'll probably be on my YouTube though. I don't know if you want to watch it over there. I'm trying to get all my VODs off of Twitch and onto some place that it'll actually do something. But so if anybody wants to watch that, but you know, yeah, important topic for sure, bro. What happened, y'all? What part of white supremacy ass am I whooping today? They had a streamer awards and it was all white people. Like literally every single person nominated was white, I think, except for like T-Pain. And every caster was either white or Asian, except for like Myth. He came out and talked for a little bit. It just like, to me, that's just like, wow, y'all really, it's just kind of crazy. It's kind of cringe, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. But I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to move on. What's up, Zelly? How you doing? Trying to move on. As you can see, I'm very frustrated and there's a lot of energy around this and I'm just trying to put that towards something positive. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I have the stream today, bro. I want to be the change I want to see in the world, bro. I'm not finna just sit here and bitch about it. I want to see if we can get organized to get our own, to get an actual, a legitimate streamer awards. And you know, and if we can't get that, you know, I'm just gonna have my stream and, you know, I'm gonna keep grinding and striving for, you know, representation in my field and, you know, putting my niggas on, bro, like real shit. And when I say my niggas, I mean the culture, the community, you know what I'm saying? Not just within my community, but entirely, you know, like everybody, you know, but, yeah, man. What's up, East Michi? We was just talking about this last night in the Discord. That's crazy for movie night. By the way, what did we watch for movie night? We watched Turning Red last night for movie night. It was really fun. If y'all ain't tapped in for Sunday night movie nights, bro, y'all missing out, bro. I'm just telling you, we had a great discussion after. We also watched Attack on Titan. But yeah, very frustrating thing, bro. Did anybody actually watch the Streamer Awards, bro? Yeah, you know, just curious. And not that this whole stream is against the Streamer Awards. Like I said, this has a lot to do with, you know, just representation not being, you know, discussed about enough in general, you know, and also the shit that I'm getting with Elden Ring. It's like, you know, this is more than the Streamer Awards, and I don't want this to be, you know, seen as just a retaliation to the Streamer Award, because representation is so much bigger and broader than that. And even in my personal life, I'm dealing with it on multiple fronts. So I digress. I'm so angry about that though. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like this shit is just it's been a very triggering week, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like we don't exist on this platform, or to them, or effort we put into our content is where I think it's not worth it. That's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's not like I'm mad that I didn't see myself nominated for anything, because I don't even think I would be nominated for any of the categories that were selected. It's just like, but there's so many creators that are even like Berlin, Dante, Rage. Like there's so many black creators, Story Mode Bay, Kiwi on the Sticks, and then Jayla. Like there's so many black creators doing huge things right now. Khalif, Drunken Buddha, like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Like there's so many creators doing amazing things, bro. And none of that is getting talked about, you know? No, and there's none of that is getting talked about. I understand exactly what you meant. All good, bro. Gotta calm down, chat. Gotta calm down. My heart rate is like going. Sometimes you gotta feel it. I thought about trying to start a Black Gamers Guild of sorts, where we can take action to provide those resources. That'd be lit, you know what I'm saying? Just about getting enough people on the same page, bro. Can you imagine the black guys if we put a Black Streamers Award? I mean, they would be so mad. They would get mad no matter what. Even if we didn't label it the Black Streamer Awards, they would call it the Black Streamer Awards. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying we get Twitch. I'm saying we get a bunch of companies, bro, and just do our own thing, bro. Because that shit right there, that Streamer Awards was, like I said, it was a friend group a huge friend group patting each other on the back for 2 hours, bro. Like, what? How do you even not? I get that privilege blinds people to the world, but it's like, how do you not even? Like, how do you not even consider, like, hey, maybe we should, you know? And it's like, I guess they thought that, you know, because, you know, they didn't choose who won, they kind of left it up to the fans. But it's like, you didn't tell anybody, and you didn't try to implement any categories for, you know, marginalized communities, POC, you know what I'm saying? You didn't even try to reach out to other people inside the, you know, Black and POC communities and try to, you know, break bread with and uplift them. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like the whole thing just seems so out of touch and so pretentious, bro. Like, literally, bro. And I'm surprised nobody has said nothing about it, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe they just don't want to be mean or whatever. Maybe QT Cinderella was like, you know, their friend and they don't want to, you know, hold her accountable. But it's like, it's not even about being mean. It's just about protecting the fucking culture, bro. And creating spaces where everybody can look to the streamer awards, right? The streamer, not the pogger, the streamer awards, and see themselves in it. You know what I'm saying? Because not only is that important, but it's like there are real people today making giant moves, you know, that don't look like, that are not just Caucasian. And why should we honor just one side of that? I'm sorry. I hate to keep talking about this, but man, when I say that I got this shit on my chest, bro, I got it on my chest, bro. Grand Rising, Ace, what's up, Ace? How you doing, bro? I'm just gonna have to get on my fucking bag, bro. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Because niggas ain't, you know, like they not hearing me, bro. They're not fucking hearing me. So I'm gonna have to become so fucking big that niggas can't even not hear me. I ain't even watched that shit, bro. I heard about it the day after. That's the crazy part. No, I passed on it. It seemed like a popularity contest amongst yeah, that's exactly what it was. Babsay, they distracted us with Black History Month billboards. The thing is, Twitch didn't even have nothing to do with it. It was just all like streamers, like big streamers that decided to do it. And I'm just like, okay, for sure, you know. And QT Cinderella's Ludwig's girlfriend, and who won the Streamer of the Year award? Ludwig. Not that he didn't have a fantastic year though. Don't get me wrong. The nigga had a fucking record-breaking year, but it's like, it's just like, did y'all even try to make this more outside of y'all friend group? Did y'all even try? I just said leave it up to the fans, even though the fans are going to do the exact same thing, are going to do the exact same thing then that if you would have been super biased about it and chose it. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. At least Bruce Rockholm got nominated, but still he got nominated because they did it, the whole thing, they did it off of like viewer basis, and I guess he went and told all his viewers to go vote for it. This is what I heard. I'm not sure if it's true, but you know, I digress. But yeah, man, I'm sorry, Chad. I don't mean to you know, put y'all in such a funk, man. I hope y'all guys are having fun, bro. I hope you guys are ready to talk about representation, you know, and not just the dark side of it, but also what it means to people, and the power behind it, and why it's truly so important, you know. And we'll get into that today during our stream. We got about 60 minutes of content to watch. So it usually takes us about 2 to 3 hours to get through a stream of Mindful Monday with roughly about 60 minutes of content. So we'll hear some people talk. We'll hear some stories. We'll see some cool things, you know, some short videos from actors and, you know, and people in creative spaces. We'll talk about the representation in gaming a bit as well. Your feelings about it don't need to apologize. Thank you. Meows too. Is that Meow? Is that your second account? It's a lot to carry for someone in your position. I really hope that black men and women correct and make noise for us when I start streaming. Yeah, man. Yeah. No worries. I'm glad you're still talking about it. Literally working diversity and equity and inclusion. I could talk about this all day. Well, you've came to the right place, Sweatshirt Shawty. You've come to the right place, because boy, nigga, wait till y'all see this playlist I have garnered, bro. Oh man, I'm about to go fucking off, bro. I'm about to go off. We love a king. Thank you, Clip. I appreciate that. How you doing, big sexy daddy? How you doing? That sounded so sus, hearing myself back in my headphones. God damn. Nikki, what's good, family? How you doing? Abab say, it's Mindful Monday, bro. It's about getting it all over your chest, talk your shit. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all allowing me this space, bro. Because god damn, this shit was frustrating, bro. It was frustrating, and it just put a bad taste in my mouth, bro. Smoking that streamer award pack. Miss you, King. I'll be watching today. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Those streamer awards, just right break. Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about this for a cool minute, Nikki, but yeah, it's kind of laughable, bro. It's kind of laughable, bro, that they would even do something like that, man. It just seems so pretentious and so like elitist, you know what I mean? It's just like straight, hey guys, we're gonna have a whole award show for all of Twitch, for all streamers, right? For all streamers, and we're going to call it the Streamer Awards and not even reach out to anyone outside of our circle. Because why would we? We don't even know them. Who are they? Do they exist? You see what I'm saying? Like, okay. Yeah, T-Pain got nominated. He was the only one. He was the only one, the only black person I saw, or any person of color outside of like maybe Asian, maybe. Didn't see, I don't think I saw it. Maybe, I think Healthy Gamer was another one, but few and far between, bro. It was a very, 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 very Caucasian event, bro. We definitely need our own award show. Yeah, bro. And like I said, I'm not calling that shit the Black Award Show. No. I'm calling that shit the Creator Award Show. If I got anything to do with it, that's what it's gonna be called. I'm not doing no Black Award Show, nigga. Not that there's anything wrong with doing a Black Award Show, but it's like I'm not even gonna entertain that, because it's like I want to include everybody, bro. I want to include everybody and give everybody their flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because we all deserve our flowers, and it should have been included everyone to begin with, bro. It should have included everyone to begin with, bro. It should have included everyone to begin with. And that's how it should have been done, bro. That's that conversation they had. Who had that conversation? Nigga, we need to open up a Twitter space about that shit. Maybe I'm putting too much energy into this, man. Maybe I'm putting too much energy into this. And I might be, bro. Some might say that I'm putting too much energy into this. I just give a fuck, bro. And I wish I didn't give a fuck. Honestly, sometimes I wish I could just mind my fucking business and just, you know, and just not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Or at least not, you know, like wear my fucking heart on my sleeve and have to fucking, you know, do shit, or feel like I need to speak up for shit all the time. But it's like, nigga, I can't. It's just who I am, bro. It really is just who I am. That's who I am, bro. Mishi Mars, how are you, bro? No, it's needed. I'm glad, bro. It was basically Friends, but Streamer Award version. That shit was a Friends. That's a great fucking talking point, bro. It was basically Friends. That's exactly what it was. It was the Friends award show, like literally the show Friends, but the award show. Hello? Period per period. You know, Goofy Spaces win. Y'all want to have one of those? I might throw one of those this week, nigga. I ain't done a space before, bro. But I might pop in on that, you know, maybe get some people to talk about that shit, you know. I don't know. I never done a space before. I would like to, you know, maybe should I promote it before, or do niggas just go live in space? I feel like niggas just go live in spaces. Like from what I've seen, I don't see a lot of preparedness from the community. When it comes to, I wouldn't say a lot. That's a lie, because Mira did her thing. With her shit. So, but for the most part, you know, it's just a lot of fodder up on that spaces shit. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I wouldn't mind an award show that emphasizes blackness, but I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like we should all just be in one thing. I feel like that's just going to ostracize us even more. You know what I mean? And I feel like we can emphasize black people at the award show like it should be done, you know, at the award show, you know. And it's like, I don't know. I almost feel like black streamers or black creators aren't seen as legitimate as white streamers. And I feel like doing a black award show is not gonna help that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at like, how can we, you know, make them realize that we the shit, nigga. I mean, the world doesn't move without black creativity, you know? It does not move. Like, all these streamers, you know, are using Av, you know what I'm saying? They're fucking talking, they're saying sheesh, they're fucking dabbing, you know what I'm saying? They're doing all that, they're using all that black culture, bro, or their whole lingo, nigga. But it's like, I don't know, bro. It's not seen as cool until they do it, I guess, you know? It's ghetto before then. Why you wake up at 6:30 a.m., Goofy? I just be up early, bro, angry at life, pretty much. Can I move on, bro? I feel like we've been talking about this for an hour, bro. So many people just running around like Gumby, acting like they don't see what's really going on, but it's because they have the privilege to play stupid. They do, you know, they do, and it's like, sometimes we got to speak for unfair stuff, because who else will? Everyone is so afraid to say shit because we don't want to offend. Sometimes the truth is needed. It'll wake others up. Yeah, you know. Fuck it, nigga. And that's who I am, bro. That's just who I am, bro. Lifelong learner to the death of me, nigga. I don't care what I ever do in my life, bro. I'm always I hope y'all know this, bro. And I hope y'all know this through my actions more than my words, bro. But I am constantly in the pursuit of being a better person. That's just who I am, bro. I crave that shit, bro. I crave that shit, bro. And I wish more people would look at life that way sometimes, you know, as continual learners and like pushing the boundaries on what they think they know, you know what I'm saying? And trying to accept and be more tolerant of all people and things that, you know, they might not understand. And you know what I'm saying? The intersectionality of life and such and so forth, you know. We taking all the awards. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, nigga, if we had an award show, a legitimate award show, they would win some categories, you know. And when I say they, I mean the people that were nominated at the show already. You know, there'd definitely be some crossover there, but there would also be a lot of not crossover. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see how you, man. Let me stop, bro. I don't like how award shows have to separate and have a category for best play. I agree. I agree, bro. I agree, bro. Ken Shore, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, I digress, bro. I feel like I'm talking about this a lot, bro. And honestly, this is me more venting at this point. How y'all doing? Y'all ready to talk about representation today, bro? I hope y'all are excited as I am about this. As soon as the Super Bowls was over, motherfuckers was remixing Dr. Dre's Chaotic album over Taylor Swift. Not Taylor Swift. Not Taylor Swift. We didn't start talking about it yet? You right, PJ. We've been talking about it from the beginning, bro. And I just couldn't help myself, bro. I couldn't help myself, chat. I couldn't help myself, bro. By the way, anybody see what the fuck is going on with Kanye, bro? Somebody get that nigga some help, bro. Get that man some help. He needs some medical attention, bro. Black culture literally paved the way for most of the streamers' careers, to be honest. You know, Sonny, hey Goofy, hey chat. What's good, Sonny? How you doing? Off social media, I haven't seen much. Yeah. Sometimes I think we should get off of it, bro. He going through it. Poor Kanye, yeah, bro. He really is going through it, bro. And he needs some help, bro, because he's doing some crazy shit right now, and he needs to be held accountable for his bullshit. Yeah. He been saying some crazy. He been saying some real crazy uncle shit too. I won't lie. He been saying some real crazy uncle shit. I don't. Does Kanye go to therapy at all? Kanye. I feel like Kanye the kind of person to say, "Why would I need therapy? I talk to God. I don't need therapy. God is my therapist." You know, I feel like he would say some shit like that, and I'm just like, well, Kanye, God made therapists for a reason, right? Kid Y'all Not, white kids put on a fake Pull It breath and started C-walking to a remix of the next episode over a Taylor Swift beat. I Want to Fight. God damn, bro. That is so. You remember when white kids was doing the crip walk on TikTok, bro? Oh my fucking God, bro. Now it's cool. Now it's trendy. White people using black culture as social elevation and giving no credit back to where it came from. Interesting. You know, but when black people do it, it's dirty and it's ghetto, right? But when y'all do it, it's a fucking 10 out of 10. It's the best shit ever. It's the new hot shit. Right. No, it's always the new hot shit, nigga. It's always the new hot shit, nigga. And we got it, nigga. He definitely wrong, but Skeet Davidson was hilarious. Yeah, that was hilarious. You know, did you see that? Did you guys see the text messages that was going back and forth? Attempting to C-walk. Yeah, bro. Kanyesus Westeros to me right now. First of his name. He giving big Mad King vibes. I'm not gonna lie to you. He giving Mad King. No, he definitely would. Attempting to C-walk, yeah. Just don't C-walk in the wrong hood, nigga. And niggas think shit is sweet too. They think shit is sweet, bro. Like, oh, you know, this is just some fun, quirky dance. No, nigga, that will get you beat the fuck up in some neighborhoods. You need to stop playing with shit you don't know about. You know, you really need to stop playing, bro. Yeah, they be thinking it's too sweet. They really do, bro. Like, you got to be careful, bro. Like, black people, there's a reason why black people don't even be doing that shit like that. Like, y'all just gonna woe your way into a C-walk into the wrong neighborhood and it's a wrap, bro. Chubby, come to serve the Sunday service. No, that's exactly what he said though. That man Kanye said, come to Sunday service, bro. Kanye set himself up by asking where Pete was in those tests. He did though, but Pete ain't have to do him like that, bro. If you know the man going through mental health issues, why would you take a picture like that, bro? And I guess I get that he been taking a lot of shit laying down, but the nigga is literally mentally ill, bro. That man needs to go in the hospital, bro. Pete apparently did the same thing to Mac Miller. Wait, really? What about Ariana Grande? That's crazy. Rest in peace, Mac. And then Ariana Grande leave him because she was still in love with Mac Miller or some shit. Or she couldn't really love him because of Mac or something. Damn. I don't know. I don't know what's really going on. We have no idea what's really going on between their relationships, bro. We just get fucking scraps and, you know, bullshit. And we just got to piece together pictures with that shit. And who knows of what's true and what's not. But I do know that nigga Kanye wildin' though. That nigga Kanye said, bro, Kim gets black people out of jail, but Pete got a tattoo of Hillary Clinton who puts black people in jail. It's a setup. I ain't gonna lie to you. When he said that though, I was like, well, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Modern Mork, thank you so much for the 9 months sub. How you doing, Queen? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you. Farouk, how you doing, my boy? It's good to see you. Good to see you, bro. Hey, yo, did y'all see that show about new fashion creators on HBO and white girl was using a red and blue bandana saying they weren't gang related? Oh, wow, man. White people just surprise me more and more every day, bro. It's like the bar for like white people surprises right here. And like these niggas find a new way to go over here every time, bro. To leap past right here and go here every time, bro. How is that possible? That's really a talent, bro. You know, the caucasity is really a talent, bro. I heard that Ari and P broke up because hold on, let me see. Cause REMP because it's mental health issues, but obviously I don't know. Yeah, I mean, maybe that could be a thing for sure. I'm sure that could be a possibility. He did go to rehab too, right? Kanye literally said slavery was a choice. He can kiss my crack from the bottom to the top. Yeah, man. He had me so dead. He had his eyes closed for half the video. Like, you know, I would watch that on stream right now, but I just don't think it's appropriate, especially given the topic today, bro. I'm gonna be honest. But maybe on a React Tuesday, bro, we can just gander back through the shit, you know. Yeah. Kanye is hilarious because he's fucking crazy, bro. He's crazy, bro. He needs some help, bro. And I don't want to say crazy. I'll just say that he needs help, bro. Ignorance of white people is an Olympic sport. Some of them deserve gold medals for real. I mean, sheesh, man. Sheesh. That's all I can say. They co-opt our shit without any care of significance or relevance of what they're trying to co-opt. It's not up to to decide that. Literally, the caucus should be shining through. Yeah, it's not up to them to decide that. It's not up to them to decide that. But they want to take the shock value from it. They want to capitalize off the shock value of it. This is the sensationalism. This is, I don't know, sensationalism of it, but they don't want to pay homage. They don't want to respect the culture. Like I always say it like this, bro. I don't mind white people and black people are not a monolith. So y'all are welcome to feel differently. You know what I'm saying? But I don't mind white people participating in black culture, using black to some extent, you know, some words are okay for them to use. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not the N-word, never will be okay under any circumstances. Like, you know, I mean, they use an av, right? They say lit, they say turn up, you know, so they say all these words, they say sheesh, you know, they dab it and shit. Okay, cool. Y'all want to do that shit? It's fun. I get it. The culture's hot. You know what I'm saying? Black culture has become a commodity in this culture, but it's like, you got to respect. They do be using it wrong sometimes, a lot of times, you know, but you got to respect where this shit comes from. One, and if a black person tells you that they don't want to hear that shit, bro, or you crossing a line or something, you got to respect them. You don't come into somebody else's house, bro. You don't come into somebody else's house. And in this case, culture is the house, and tell them how you gonna act in their house. How you gonna come in somebody's house and tell them how you gonna act in their house? You be like, okay, no feet on the table. Please take your shoes off of the door. And you come in with muddy boots, walking through the entire house, and slap your muddy boots on the counter. And I'm just like, sir, don't you know we got rules in this house? I'm sorry, this is how I do it in my home. I'm like, well, this ain't your home, bro. This is our home. This is our culture. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to respect our culture. You know what I'm saying? And each individual black person, it might be a little different too, to be honest, you know? So it's like, some people don't want you saying that shit around them, and they got a right to not want you to say that shit around them. And maybe you should just shut up because you don't own the shit. At the end of the day, you don't own it, and it's not from you. It's not from your culture, and you gotta respect it. If any other culture in the world said, "Okay, nigga, if you doing something like if you're using some Jewish term or some shit like that, wearing yarmulkes and you're not Jewish, and some Jewish people say, hey, what are you doing? Can you not do that?" You would stop. You would take them serious. You respect them enough to say, "Okay, my bad, bro. This ain't my shit. Let me stop," you know, but it's like, it doesn't go that way with black people because black people aren't respected in this country, and black culture is commodified in this country, and they love black culture more than they love black people in this country. So, and more in other places too, not just in this country. I don't mind them appreciating the culture. We got to stop inviting every white person to the barbecue just because they can hit a few Afrocentric dance moves. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. Or even they say one thing that's okay. You know what I'm saying? They do the bare minimum and stand up against racism. Invite them to the barbecue. Invite them to the barbecue. I'm like, no, nigga, no. That's the bare minimum. That's the beginning. That's like, now we accept you as someone to respect, but I don't mean you got to come to a barbecue. The barbecue is a coveted place. You see what I'm saying? That's for niggas who are riding and dying for us, bro. That's peak colonial behavior. Yeah, bro. Someone tries to tell me what to do in my house. I give a warning, but then I smack them. You know. What I don't like is when white people take our culture, use consume your media, but turn around and call you guys N-words and mistreat black people. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. They love our culture, but they don't like black people. Interesting. I wish they loved black people like they love black culture, bro. I really do, bro. But I digress. It's been 39 minutes, guys, and we should probably get some meditation going, bro. Or not some meditation, some yoga going. Anybody down for some yoga today? I know Allie in the back, right? Allie, I'll see you back there, queen. Put down the vision board and bring your ass on, bro. I'm hot right now. I'm pretty hot too, bro. I'm pretty hot, and I've been venting for a cool minute, bro. Yoga woga, yes sir. We out here, yes sir, gang. I'm gonna eat your lunch while y'all stretch. Appreciate it, bro. But yeah, man. I feel like I just burned through all my topics for today. No, I'm just kidding. We got plenty of information to go through, and it should be a really fun stream, bro. Man, frustrating sometimes, bro. Get to know. What up, Kia? I'm sorry, I didn't see you back there. You was blended in with Allie name for some reason because it's a lot of purple right there. Look, Allie, J Turi, like, what's up? Yeah, ladies love purple names or something. I can't do yoga. Don't you live by yourself? Stop lying. Happy Frosty Dragon, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Tokyo Sin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. You need to take another deep breath. You're right. That was wonderful. I wish I was high. I could take shots. Wait, what? Wait, huh? Take shots of what? I need to talk. That I just wanted to announce that Tom Brady is back to my team, the Bucks. Wait, Tom Brady is back on your team? What do you mean? Hey, I stay strapped. I thought he was retired. Hey, I stay strapped with the purple. Can you change your name color? I think you can actually. Can you chat? Can y'all change our name color? How are you, Goofy? I'm doing okay. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little flustered this morning, but I'm doing better. He decided not to? Wait, what? That nigga really, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't even know that, bro. Thank you, Kia, for the hug. I appreciate you, bro. Should be on the left side of the chat box. Thank you, Sammy. Look at him being a mod. Sammy, how are you doing today, bro? How you doing today, bro? You doing good? You hanging out, bro? I feel like we be calling out the caucasity of white people sometimes a lot. You know what I'm saying? Does that ever make you uncomfortable, Sammy? Tom retired for like 1 month. That's crazy. And he came back. This nigga like Jay-Z, bro. He ain't gonna retire, bro. He gonna retire when the nigga stop coming to his games. He gonna be 75 still playing football. As we should. I mean, yeah, they gotta be held accountable. Meek, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. The issue is also about people around these white folk who enable them to act the way they do. For sure. I think a lot of black people in white spaces, they don't want to stick out, too much and, call their friends out on bullshit, and they feel like, they have to do that. You know what I'm saying? As a fact, Jay got a new album coming soon. God damn, retire, nigga. It's time to pass the throne. Not to make it sound reverse racism, but Sammy is one of the good ones. He's the homie. But I love respectful white people. It's the ignorant, entitled motherfuckers that make me want to send them to meet Jesus early. Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure, bro. For sure, man. I love all people, bro, to be honest. But I'll call a black person out on they bullshit or they toxic, you know, internalized white supremacy in a second, nigga. In a fucking second, bro. Not to meet their maker. She said per. And it's a lot of that, bro. It's a lot of that for sure. Did you get another fresh cut? No, this one just lasted hella long. How you doing, Lil Jazzy? Cause I been on black people's heads. Yeah, bro. Like I got some aunties and uncles that be saying some crazy shit, bro. It be some black dudes that would be white supremacists if they wasn't black, bro. Like that's how fucking crazy their like logic is, especially towards women, bro. Like, yeah, bro. I wish I wasn't working so I could do yoga. Oh, about yoga. Very yuck behavior, yeah. Sick of it. I appreciate it, dude, but there's always more to hear. I try to be as conscious and knowledgeable as I can on the issues, but there's a lot I gotta learn. I feel that. I feel like that's the best answer you could have said, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like that's the best answer you could have said, bro. It's always being a student, bro. You know? That's why for me, like, cause I know that I'm a black man, you know what I'm saying? I am black, but I also know that I have privilege in being black, especially light skin, proximity to whiteness. Hello. I always try to listen first, bro. And I understand that, you know, especially when I was younger, I think my privilege got in the way of me really understanding what it was like to be a woman, you know what I'm saying? And how hard it is to be a woman in society, you know? And I think you just gotta always be willing to learn and listen, bro. Because I think it's almost your natural like instinct to think from where your own life experience. And if you had a life experience that is privileged, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna think from that life. You see what I'm saying? But it's like there are lives outside of life. No way I just said, wait, Goofy, are you black? I'm tired of you niggas. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you always gotta like reach past yourself. You know what I'm saying? Reach past yourself. And that's why I'm saying the only L's I'm taking is triple L. That's lifelong learner. I do it cause I fail. Stop playing, bro. Y'all getting real disrespectful, bro. You said it's yoga time? That's a bar? Hey, nigga, that's a bar, nigga. It's a bar, nigga. Only L's I'm taking is triple L, nigga. Lifelong learner. I do it because I gotta find a better word than fail, though. I don't like fail. I do it because I said that implies that I became low and then I realized. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that is shit. Maybe that is kind of cool. Hold up. Am I spitting, Chad? Am I spitting, bro? That's kind of bars, nigga. Hold up. Only L's I'm taking is triple L. That's lifelong learning. I do it because I fail. Nigga. Stop playing. But humility first before the come up. You see what I'm saying? Niggas is, hey, don't get me on the album, nigga. Don't get me on the album, nigga. Don't get me on the fucking album, bro. Don't get me on the album. Don't let Goofy Wiser at your head like a visor, shooting up the buck like I'm Pfizer. Come on, bro. Like, don't let me get an album, bro. Woo, nigga. I'm gonna tweet that today, bro. Only L's I'm taking is triple L. That's lifelong learner. I do it because I'm tweeting that right now. That's a bar, nigga. Only L's I'm taking is triple L. That's life. I'm tweeting that right now. Lifelong learner. I do it because I fail, nigga. That's a bar. Oh my God. I'm going to tweet this right now. Y'all better go. Ooh. Yo, Goofy wristbands, lifelong learner. Nigga, you said Mindful Monday collection? T-shirts with lifelong earner on it? Nigga. That's a bar, nigga. Hello? Profit-wise? You said that fucking Pfizer bar? I said it again. Yep. I said it again. Nigga, I'll say it. You think I can't reuse? Nigga, rappers be saying they singing their songs 300 times, bro. You think I can't reuse some of my bars, nigga? Hello? You think my bar's so cheap that I can't use them more than once? That's crazy, bro. Only L's I'm taking is triple L. That's lifelong learner. I do it because I failed. Nigga, that's a bar, nigga. That's a ball. I'm sorry, nigga. I tweeted that, y'all. Go blow that up, please. Somebody go blow that shit up on my Twitter, bro, one time. Jesus fucking Christ. What's up, y'all? I'm sorry. We're going to do yoga, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm just being a fucking goof, bro. I'm just being dumb, bro. I'll caught that. You'll caught that? Chat, y'all caught that? That would be lit, bro. I don't get it. Bro, Sonny, I just explained it, bro. Fuck, now you making me my bar seem whack, bro. Did it go over your head? Orange and black, I mean. Ooh, that would be clean. Yeah. Cam, what's good? 2 years? Cam, 2 years, bro. 2 years, bro. 2 years, bro. Sub, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. How you doing, bro? How's it been, bro? Big man on campus, bro. When I started with Cam, bro, he was just a level 13 college student, bro. Working his way through college, becoming an engineer. Now he is a full-fledged level 30. And he is a journeyman now, in his career, doing his fucking thing. That's crazy, bro. Cam, I appreciate you, bro. Oreo, you've been following me since November 2020. Damn, that's been a long time too. Been a long time since I met you. Goofy Wise is the best, worst freestyle, and I love it. Hey, I'll take that, bro. I'll take that. I'll take the best, worst freestyle. That's kind of wavy though. Hey gang, what's up, Jewel? How you doing? What's a level 13 college student? It's a level 13. It's basically what you start out when you start off a RPG. You just like level 13, bro. You know what I'm saying? And now he level 30. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get, when you get some shit. Like when you start off a fucking Elden Ring, you like level 13, 9 to 13. But now when you get level 30, nigga, that's when you beat Market. You see what I'm saying? Levels to this shit. I'm doing good. Just taking it day by day. You sound like an old head, nigga. Just taking it day by day. One day at a time. One brick by brick. Building the empire. I'm sorry, Ali. I don't know what's going on with me today. T-Dot, what's good? How you doing? Yoga time. Shut up, Juve. Shut up. Don't chat. Don't let me read chat. Hey, my name has changed over the years. Has it really? Bro said, if the Lord see fit. If the Lord. What am I doing? I forgot what I was doing, bro. I literally forgot. Yoga. Yeah, yoga. That, my friends, is ADD. I can't remember shit. All right, y'all. Y'all ready for some yoga? Some yoga woga in the words. Y'all see the hype train? Oh, is that a hype train? Oh, y'all just started a hype train. That's crazy. Not Bap say setting up his own slam dunk. The nigga said, you see that hype train about to happen? Sir? That's me, nigga. I started that. Nigga just lobbed his own dunk, bro. That's amazing. We gotta appreciate the the innovation, the fucking ingenuity. I can't even talk, bro. I'm gonna do yoga. Ingenuity. That's what I was gonna say. Ingenuity. All right. Yoga time. Get your ass on the floor. Mid hype train. That's right. I said I'm doing yoga during the hype train. Leroy, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate you, bruh.
We'll begin in a traditional seated position on our mats.
Shut up, Sarah.
If this is uncomfortable, you're welcome to sit on top of a bolster or a stack of cushions. Now place your hands on your knees, breathing in and out through your nose. Pull your heart forward, lift your chin up, big inhale.
Hold on. My fucking camera isn't plugged in. God damn it, Bobby. Let's try this again. Okay. Take two. There we go. There's my room, guys. From the top now, y'all. Crisscross this time. Slide hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Get your ass on the floor. Get your ass on the floor. Get your ass on the floor.
Welcome to the Yoga for Beginners morning routine. We'll begin in a traditional seated position on our mats. If this is uncomfortable, you're welcome to sit on top of a bolster or a stack of cushions. Now place your hands on your knees, breathing in and out through your nose. Pull your heart forward, lift your chin up, big inhale. Exhale to round your spine, tuck your chin, cave your chest. Inhale, belly pulls forward, chin lifts, heart opens. Exhale to round your spine, tuck your chin. One more time. Inhale, open, heart pulls forward, chin up. Exhale to round, cave your chest, chin down. Then come back to center and reach your hands out past your sides so your fingertips barely touch the ground. Then reach your left arm up and overhead as your right palm flattens down on the ground. Big inhale. Exhale to switch sides. Left hand comes down to the ground, right arm reaches up and overhead. Inhale. Exhale to switch sides. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches high, big breath in. Exhale to switch. Inhale, right arm reaches up and over. Exhale, switch. Inhale, left arm up and over. Exhale, switch. Inhale, right side. Then release. Come back to center. And for a gentle twist to the right, take your left hand to your right knee, plant your right hand behind you, sit up tall, and gently twist through your shoulders, turn through your chin, even your gaze as if you were looking for someone behind you. Then come back to center to switch sides. Right hand to your left knee, plant your left hand behind you, deepen your breath in and out through your nose as you turn over your left shoulder. Then come back to center. Unravel your legs and take your feet flat on the mat in front of you, knees bent. Plant your hands behind you, fingertips pointing towards your heels, and just lift up through your heart into a gentle back bend. You should feel an opening through your shoulders, even down your arms. Then release. Come onto your hands and knees into a tabletop position. So your shoulders are stacked over your hands, hips stacked over your knees. For a gentle calf stretch, extend your right leg straight behind you with the toes touching the ground. Drive through your heel. Then switch sides. Lower your right knee back down and extend your left leg straight, driving through your heel, toes still touching the mat. Then lower your left knee back down. To set up for downward facing dog, walk your hands forward just a couple extra inches, curl your toes under, and reach your hips high. Give a generous bend to both knees to help lengthen out your spine as you press your chest towards your thighs. And you're always welcome to take the modifications on screen. If you are in downward facing dog, try pedaling out your legs, bending one knee and then the other to help warm up your hamstrings. Make sure that your fingers are fanned out wide so your weight is distributed evenly through your whole hand. Then separate your feet mat distance and walk your hands towards the back of your mat. Hang heavy in a deep forward fold. Again, with a generous bend in both knees to help release your lower back. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders, soften your jaw. Let your head hang heavy and feel your breath travel up and down your spine. Pull your navel in, engaging your lower abs, and with your knees bent, chin tucked, slowly unroll all the way up to standing. Once you come all the way up, shrug your shoulders up to your ears and down your back. Just a couple of times, as if you were unwinding. Then take your hands to your hips. For some big hip circles, shift your hips over to the left, then push your hips back behind you as you lean forward. Shift your hips to the right, and then out in front of you. So just continue moving your hips in a circular motion, as big or as little, as fast or as slow as you'd like to go. And switch direction. Come back to center and reach your arms up for mountain pose. Keep your shoulders soft, but stand tall through the crown of your head. Big inhale. As you exhale, hinge at your hips, lead with your heart as you come all the way down, and the moment your spine starts rounding, bend your knees so you can fold even deeper. For halfway lift, bring your hands up to your thighs and push your heart forward as you roll your shoulder blades together behind you, lifting up only halfway or even a little bit higher if your hamstrings are tight. Then forward fold. Soft knees, head hangs heavy. Inhale, stand up, arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, lead with your heart, bend your knees, head hangs heavy at the bottom. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your thighs, heart pushes forward. Exhale, forward fold, soft knees, fold deep. Inhale, mountain pose, stand up, arms up. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, come all the way down. Now this time, just halfway lift, big breath in, slide your hands up your thighs. Then as you breathe out, come down onto your hands and knees into a tabletop position. From your tabletop, reach your right arm up to the ceiling, take a big breath in. Exhale, thread the needle, thread your right arm all the way through till you come to lie down on your right shoulder, right temple rests down on the mat. Breathe into your upper back. On your next inhale, de-thread the needle, reach your right arm high. Exhale, back to tabletop. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle, come all the way through, left shoulder down, left temple down. Next inhale, reach your left arm high, de-thread the needle, and come back to tabletop for a child's pose. Separate your knees as wide as comfortable, usually mat distance. Big toes point together behind you. Soften your hips down towards your heels. Extend your arms out in front of you, but let your shoulders relax. Let your forehead rest on the mat or even on stacked fists. Take a few deep breaths to completely relax. And that's it for our morning yoga routine. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to check out the Yoga for Beginners playlist for more routines like this. See you next time.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to...
There, all right. Not right now. That feels good, bro. How y'all feeling? Yoga woga woo woo. Yoga woga woo woo. Yoga woga woo woo. Y'all do the same one each week? We used to switch it up, but your boy got real tight, and I've been switching it up ever since. I mean, I've been doing the same one ever since. How y'all feeling, bro? But as I gradually loosen up, I hope that we all are loosening up a little bit, you know, and in that way we can just kind of move on to a new one together. The lighting just got really ass all of a sudden. That's better. Ooh. That helped my rickety ass back, bro. It feels not rickety. I just thought of a really bad functioning car when you said rickety. I'm just like, damn, girl, what's going on? You been deadlifting or something? I need to get my back in and do more yoga. It helps with my depression and anxiety. Yeah, bro. I mean, that's the whole point of the stream, bro. Is to push your mind by provoking human thought, push your body with yoga, and then like stretch your mind with meditation, bro. You know, stretch and relax your mind with meditation. So that's the whole point of the stream, bro. I want this to be like a beacon of mindfulness, bro. And I try my best to, you know, make it a safe space for people can talk about their feelings, you know, and talk about things that are important, you know, and that ask questions about things that provoke thought, you know, and hopefully that either if I can't answer it, someone in the community can. And hopefully we do a positive thing by the end of the day. I definitely did it. Jazzy, you lying? Why do I feel like you lying? Like, I feel like somebody who did it wouldn't say I definitely did it. You see what I'm saying? Like right away, like unasked. You see what I'm saying? Like that just sounds sus. It's like I don't know. What's another example of that, bro? Did you do the dishes? No, not even asking that. I mean, I sure and love clean dishes, and then you're like, I definitely did it. I cleaned the dishes. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. You didn't clean them dishes, did you? No, I didn't. I need to do this daily because, I mean, honestly, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to get to the point where I can do it daily because I just don't want to be old and crinkled, bro. I don't want to be old and crinkled, bro. I definitely didn't eat instead. That sounds like you, Jazzy. You don't have all the answers, Sway, but I do though. But I do. Yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoyed that yoga. I surely did. You guys ready to hop into the topic today? Representation, as if we haven't been talking about it all stream already. Y'all niggas probably got your representation full. Y'all like, we out of here. I'm out of here, bro. I already got my full of representation. I don't need no more of this. Young Thug, if you can eat a Popeyes biscuit dry, coming from a fellow thug, nah, I don't think anybody. That's a bar, nigga. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody say, bro. Only L's I'm taking is triple L. That's lifelong learner. I do it because I fail, nigga. Fail, nigga. I fail, nigga. Fail, nigga. I didn't come from the rocks and the block, nigga. I didn't come from the slums where they dumb, nigga. They come around with the guns and they run, nigga. You ain't never had a real nigga. Nigga, that was kind of fire, nigga. That was off the top. That was kind of, I mean, low key, it could use some work. You know what I'm saying? I need a producer. I need a producer, nigga. I need a producer, bro. Yuck. Okay, for sure. Anyways, moving on to the topic for today. We're going to be talking about representation. And I tried to find something that really started us off light, you know what I'm saying? Before we get into something. Goofy going Metro Boomin. Hey, that was a bar though. You can't even lie. I need to clip that, bro. Did he say guns? I may have said guns. Goofy and Metro Boomin, please. Yes, sir. Me and Metro will make a fire ass track, bro. But I digress. Talking about representation today. We're talking about representation. If young Metro don't trust you, let's see where we at. There we go. Perfect. So this video that I want to show you guys today, I get a lot of question about why representation matters, bro. And obviously we're gonna talk about that a lot today. But I honestly, let's just watch, bro. Let's just watch, bro.
There is the star of the show. What's up, Kenzo?
What's up?
That's 2-year-old Kenzo Brooks. And this is Antonio from the new Disney movie Encanto.
Yes, sir.
I understand you.
The resemblance uncanny. Something little Kenzo himself noticed during movie night with his parents, Kaisha and Keith.
I truly believe that he thought it was him. Just his reaction. He kept staring at the screen, then like, looking back at us and like just smiling.
Mom and Dad catching the sweet moment on camera.
Just to see how ecstatic he was. You know, he clapped. Like he was just like excited. And we were like, wow.
The photo going viral along with the hashtag representation matters.
That's why representation matters, bro. That's why. That's like one of the many reasons. But ultimately, it's summed down to that very thing right there, bro. It's about seeing yourself in the world, in the stories that are being told across the world. Because as we know, the power of a narrative is so important. Narratives are the lenses that we view our world through. And if we don't have representation of different kinds of people that are diverse and inclusive of that, specific population of people, then people can, have stereotypes, and these stereotypes lead to discrimination and injustice, so on and so forth, bro. This is why representation matters, bro.
He was able to see someone that looks like him. And I know growing up for me, that wasn't necessarily, that wasn't necessarily something you often see.
Also, it enlightens us too. Like as a kid, like, how I didn't have that growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine the inspiration I would feel from seeing myself in that. And like people who are like white really never have to really worry about that. They don't have to worry about seeing themselves in the media because of that, they take it for granted, bro. They take it for granted and they don't realize how important it is, bro, until it's no longer. Actually, I think they know how important it is because let something be all black and they get so mad, bro. Like let a AAA game could drop right now and it's all black hairstyles in the game, no white hairstyles. Them niggas will be livid, bro.
For me, it did make me feel a little bit emotional just to think that my son was able to see this and have this experience.
Hey man, I saw you from that Elden Ring TikTok. Notice how people can make Zoro from One Piece, but we can't make Afro Samurai, bruh. Crazy, right? Preach King. I try my best, bro. I try my best.
And just for so many other black and brown boys and girls to be able to have that same experience.
Facts, bro. Facts.
I think that was amazing.
Comments pouring in support of Kenzo and his on-screen twin. This is why representation matters. It's good seeing us on TV in a good light.
Yes, in a good light, bro. Instead of some bullshit depiction. For so long, we've had to deal with bullshit depictions of black people, and not even just black people, but all these marginalized communities have had that done to them, in some way, shape, or form, and it's just like we need to see the opposite of that, so that we can unpack all these stereotypes because y'all niggas is racist, bro. Y'all are racist. America is racist, bro. That's just facts, bro. The world is kind of racist in general, but like America especially. So it's like in order to unpack this, we need to ship stories to people that that show different minorities and marginalized groups in a different light. You know what I'm saying? Centered around them and their experiences.
This is such a big moment for us, but for him,
not centering around white people and their uncomfortableness. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no more white savior complex movies, shows, none of that, bro.
At such a young age, his 2 is going to be, I feel, and I'm hoping it will be just, it will become normal.
But it will be nice to tell him and show him one day, though.
Years from now.
When years from now.
Speaking of the future,
Do you have a feeling that you might be paying more visits to this film as...
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, hombrecito. You ready?
This movie was a classic, by the way.
a squeeze for Antonio, and for Kenzo, Keith is
All right, get out of my face, bro.
a 7th grade teacher in the Bronx.
Does he have something to say? I don't know. Let's hear him.
And he says he's always taught his students the importance of positive representation in media. Seeing it reflected, though, in his own son, amazing. By the way, Kenzo's favorite movie used to be The Lion King. Safe to say that might be changing after Encanto.
And
Yes,
Antonio is
yes.
a powerful character.
Encanto was so great for representation, bro. I still haven't seen it. Girl, go watch it. We watched it in Discord. Franny, you be sleeping on the movie nights, bro. It's okay though. I'm sure you got a busy life. Way more than do than sit around with us and watch movies. We watched Turning Red last night, by the way. It was pretty good. I think a lot, ladies, I feel like y'all really gonna fuck with it, bro. Like I feel like that was some like seriously need 2001 representation for ladies for sure. Shout out to Afro Latino X. Yeah, of course. Shout out to the brothers and sisters and the theys and thems, you know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that was right. Turning Red made me cry. It was definitely a cry-worthy movie. I was mad that I missed your movie last night. It's okay, bro. We're gonna be having it again Sunday. We just got them back starting up again. If y'all have any good movie suggestions, you know, I haven't seen Luca yet. We might have that one on the next voting poll. We'll see what's up. But yeah. Let's see. Dang, I missed Turning Red. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's why you gotta have them fucking Discord announcements on, nigga. I know I'll be pinging a lot, especially a lot lately, because I've been dropping like YouTube videos and shit like that. But and they go off in the Discord, you know. But make sure y'all have them shits on so that way you can see when we're doing cool shit, because we're doing cool shit in the Discord all the time. And the only way to really know about that is if you have if you're in the Discord and you also have notifications for the announcement channel on. Hey Goofy, I was about to ask you what you thought about the Streamer Awards that just passed. Yo, chat. Yo, that's such a funny question considering we've been talking about it for the last hour. That just passed. I haven't seen too many streamers talk about it, and it was missing color. If you get my drift. Yeah, I saw it. I watched it. Yeah. I love how streamers are speaking on representation, by the way. I know sooner or later Black people will have their own stage awards to provide representation to the younger audience watching. But because so many kids watch streamers instead of TV now, it's an amazing thing. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, and that's something I thought about earlier that I didn't really say is like the streamer awards that happen, you know, is like, do they think like that the shit that they do doesn't matter? You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that they do is not like influential, you know? So like for them to have that event and, you know, considering, and not the kids people have to be role models to kids, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm trying to put on anybody, because I can understand how that would be like annoying, you know, and that would be hard because at the end of the day, you want to be your own person. But in some way you are a role model for the path that you're blazing ahead of you, you know what I'm saying? Because not even just for kids, but for humans in general, you know, and for them to not even think about the fact that other people, as well as kids who will be watching this, you know, are not going to see themselves in it if they're not, you know, if they're not white, pretty much. And I think that's pretty sad, bro. I think that's a pretty sad reality. And I think it was an L event overall, to be honest, bro. It was an L event because of that. We've been talking about it all day, but I mean, I don't want to hit too much home on it, but yeah, it was a very Caucasian event and I was very disappointed about it. I wish they would have done it differently. They basically did it like it was I think somebody in chat said it was the Friends, like the show, The Friends of award shows. It was literally just like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was kind of whack, bro. RDC going to be the way for young Black kids. Yeah, they doing their thing, bro, for sure. And they've been doing it for quite a long time, bro. You know, yeah, precisely. People promote what they think think has value, good or bad or indifferent. They use T-Pain as a cop out. I'd love to hear what he thought too. I don't know what T-Pain think. I'm not really sure, but yeah, he was the only black nominee, I think. Shah Jador, thank you for the follow. Trey God, thank you for the follow. As a mixed kid, I saw a lot of representation from my white side, but never any outside of a comic relief roles or trauma from my black side. You know how that goes. Yeah, it's pretty sad, bro. We need more role, and I think we have to have that in media and streaming. Like, we have to have that because it is just so limiting, and it just perpetuates the same stereotypes and perpetuates, you know, people thinking that Twitch is a white space and gaming is a white space. And, you know, I mean, it was not only was it a lot of, like, if you watch the trailer, bro, like, it's like all white men in that fucking trailer. It's like 19 white men and like a couple white women, you know, and one black girl, you know. I need them to do better. They need to do way better, bro. I think it's kind of crazy that they would even conceive doing an idea like that and not even trying to reach out to anyone outside their friend group, bro. Like, it was so small, and they might say, oh, they did reach out to their friend group, you know what I'm saying? But they really didn't, though. You know what I'm saying? Because their outside friend group is still within what we see as their friend group. Like, their community of huge, massive streamers it's the same people. You know what I'm saying? Huge, massive Caucasian streamers, I should say. You know, and I feel like they think that they're the only ones that matter. I don't get it, but I digress. Like, the world is looking at what you're doing. I saw that too. Yeah, bro. You know, it's just crazy, bro. Consider he's a celebrity. Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. But by the way, let's talk about this. Watch this video. This girl's name is Aisha Thomas. She talks about representation. She's a little soft spoken. I might need to put volume master in here. Turn this thing up a little bit, and we'll see. Let me know how it goes, though, guys. And this shit loud as fuck. Hold on.
Imagine growing up in a world where you are overlooked. What if you do not?
She got me already. Imagine growing up in a world where you're overlooked. That's crazy. Do tell, Aisha. What's that like?
Anywhere. What if you do not see yourself anywhere? What if you don't feel any connection? Until society represents everyone, the questions will always be, where do I belong? Do I belong? It is time to rethink representation. Now, I believe representation is vital because it provides the opportunity for your existence to be acknowledged in this world. Now, representation can take many forms, some of which are more obvious than others and some of which cannot be seen. After all, we all have many identities. You cannot see that I am dyslexic. You might not know that I believe in God, but the one thing that you can definitely see is that I'm black. Representation matters. Now, of all of my identities, my race has had the biggest impact on my life. And the reason why it's had such an impact on my life is because it's so significant. And whilst I may have many different identities, it's through the lens of race that I talk to you today. I want to explore racial representation over time because I've always had this need to see representation. The theme has been a golden thread throughout my life. So it's the 80s. My nan is a nurse in a Bristol hospital, and she's on her lunch break, and her colleague is reading a newspaper, and there is a picture of a monkey.
Oh, God.
He calls her over and he says, Evelyn, have a look at this. It's your cousin.
The way I would have fucking elbowed that nigga in the throat, like.
Now, my nan was deeply upset and disturbed by this, and she spoke to the sister in charge, only to be told, do not take this to the Race Relation Board because he will lose his job.
That's so crazy. He will lose his job.
An apology would suffice. But it's different now, isn't it?
It's different now.
It's the 90s. My mum is a primary school teacher. And she talks of a time when she went to a kick racism at a football event. And she and the children were chanted at. They suffered the most horrific racism.
Wow.
And yet not one person challenged it. only to seek counsel from her head teacher and then be told, leave your culture at the door. As
Wow.
if she could unzip her black skin, hang it up, and collect it at the end of the day.
Wow.
But it's different now, isn't it? It's 2010, and my colleague calls me her
Nigga, she eating these niggas. She eating everybody up, bro. She eating them niggas up, bro.
coffee-colored friend, or perhaps a latte. Now, my colleague calls me her coffee-colored friend, or perhaps a latte. Now, I challenge her on this, and I explain to her that I identify as black, and she says, I do not care what you say. Then she refers to a student, and she says, but you see him, he's black, so black he's scary. But it's different now,
Wow.
isn't it?
Pretends to be shocked. What?
It's 2013, and my 5th generation of my family are in the UK. And my youngest, he comes home from school and he's upset. And I'm like, why are you crying? He says, Mummy, my friend said I can't come to your party because I'm black. And I don't want to be black anymore.
Wow.
And my
Wow. And that's it right there. I don't want to be black anymore. Imagine your kid comes to you and says that shit. I don't want to be black anymore. Because all the stories and there's no representation that shows them in any other light. There's no black heroes. And people say, people care too much about representation. It's ridiculous at this point. Bitch, it's just not for you then at that point, you know? It's not for you. There are more important people that this is serving than your old white ass, okay?
Imagine the pain in my heart when my son says to me, I don't want to be black anymore because to be black means exclusion.
Wow.
But it's different now.
Wow. The kid said it himself. To be black is, wow.
Isn't it? It's now 2019, and this is my baby. And me and him are at a restaurant, and we're talking.
Wow.
And then he starts to panic, and I'm like, well, what's wrong? He then points over and he says, Mummy, look, there's 2 police officers. So? But Mummy, they hurt black people. Now, where has he got this from? Because it's not from me, and it's certainly not from his home life. It's from his social environment. And he's 8 years old, and he already has this fear. So my question to you is, so is it different now?
Great question. I'll tell you one thing. If a reincarnation is real, I want to stay black forever. Real nigga. When I was little, I hated being black. My white mom would tell me my black skin and curly hair was beautiful, but the world told me different. Damn. That's the truth, you know? I wish there was little black kids knew that they start the wave, the trends, and the fast trend, and that they're beautiful and that they're lovable, and that you know the world doesn't move without black creativity. So how can blackness be exclusion and the world doesn't move without black creativity? How does those exist in the same world? You see what I'm saying? It's just very interesting, you know.
Now, these lived experiences are just some examples of the overt racism that me and my family have suffered.
She said it. I want black people to know they have value outside of our labor. Great point. Very timely. Very timely. Woo. And what people co-opt for our social capital. Yes, our very existence has value and it has meaning beyond what we do. And that was so timely, Shawty. I really appreciate you saying that.
But what we must not neglect to do is talk about the subtle, the unconscious, the I don't see color type of racism.
Yuck.
I go to complete an application form. I only have 2 options, Black African, Black Caribbean. I don't have the choice of being Black British, and yet my parents are born here. I was born here.
Black British.
I blow dry my hair straight. I like to mix it up a little bit. You know, sometimes. And then my colleague said to me, Aisha, you look beautiful, you look stunning. Please keep your hair straight. That is the best version of you.
Jeesh.
As if my natural kinky coily hair is too extreme and isn't the best version of me.
Bruh, that's crazy because I used to work at a restaurant, bro, and I had dreads for the longest when I was in college. And then when I finally cut them off, you should have seen the looks I got at work, bro. I was like, they were like, oh my God, wow. wow, you look so well polished now. I was just like, bro, what the fuck you talking about, bro? I wanted to slap that nigga in the face. I wanted to slap him in his face, bro. I wanted to slap him. I was like, bro, you lucky you're my boss, and I kind of need this job. You had locks? Okay, we stand. Yeah, I had him for a little bit, you know. Well, Polly, yeah, he's basically saying, oh, I'm so glad you cut that nasty, dirty nigga hair off your hair. That's what he's basically was saying without saying it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it felt like, bro. That's literally what it felt like. You were locks? They were baby locks though. They were baby locks, and they were only on top. So I had it was like the fuckboy locks. You know what I'm saying? They would hang down and shit like that. But yeah, I get that every time I take my locks out from my grandfather, bruh. I see now I would have stomped on dude. It's so hard not to want to snap. It is sometimes, bro. It is. It's like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so hard not to be angry all the time, bro. It really is, bro.
So I travel a lot in my job, and I travel from London to Bristol, and I'm on a packed train, and I offer a seat next to me.
Oh yeah, I mean, even non-black people experience anti-blackness just by having black features. Yeah, colorism. You know what I'm saying? If they just happen to be a different shade, like colorism is in every community. That's the crazy part. You know, like Asians have that shit. Fucking Latinx. You know, there's a lot of that for sure, bro.
Only for the ladies.
And other ones that I can't think of right now.
To say, nope, I'd rather stand. So then the person in front of me, a white passenger, same offer. Yes.
Goofy ankle hold you fine like a ticket on a debt. Come on, bro.
Please. I go to a training event and I pick up my badge and I sign in with my name and my title. Excuse me, are you sure you got the right badge? Yeah, last time I checked I was Aisha Thomas and I'm an assistant principal. Don't want to lost the badge. These are just some of my everyday
She's an assistant principal too. That's crazy.
Experiences. And it's difficult to express and share. What these stories have taught me to do, they've taught me to cope, to deal, to navigate, and sometimes to accept. And I have, to be honest, I have accepted racism and discrimination, but this is something that I can no longer do. However, getting to this point has not been easy.
Bruh.
It has to.
I used to work at a breakfast place in Alabama as a server and asked my manager when I could be a host. And he said, when you stop wearing your hair like that. I think that's crazy because that's why my manager, I think the place I work was a restaurant too. And he had me as a host, even though I wanted to be a server. Interesting. Interesting. I was telling one of my players that anti-blackness is universal. Yeah, bro. Yep. It's just called colorism in different communities. Yep. My stepson's mom is Mexican, and she told him to stop wearing do-rags. She said, "Do you think you're a gangster?" Sheesh. I mean, he should probably stop wearing do-rags, but yeah, sheesh, indeed. All right. I don't know what to do. I was so stunned. Yeah, bro. It's pretty jarring, bro, for sure.
To be a true understanding of
This is also why I love working from home, because I wear my hair different colors and I wear it in the fro, and nobody can tell me to change my hair now. Yeah, bro, or give you dirty looks or whatever, you know. Just like, okay, don't got to deal with your microaggressions anymore. Meanwhile, the biggest gangsters on earth wear suits and ties and sit in Congress. Whew. Hey, Sweatshirt Shawty is on a roll today, nigga. Yes. The biggest gangsters on earth wear suit and ties. Mitch McConnell, that nigga is the biggest gangster in the United States, bro. If not one of them. You know what I'm saying? He definitely top 20 list, bro. For sure. You know, like Dirty Mitch? I should start calling him Money Mitch, nigga. That nigga getting paid by everybody, bro. That nigga got, come on, bro.
To this point has not been easy. It has to be a true understanding of representation, and that's what I've had to learn along the way. So about 10 years ago, I was volunteering for the Prince's Trust, and I was working with young people, and I was helping them to get from prison and reintegrate into society.
Okay.
Now, volunteering in a young offenders institution is tough. I still remember the patting down of my body, the clanging of the keys, the locking of every door behind me. And the visiting hall was so cold, I could literally see my breath as I spoke. I felt scared. I felt trapped and I felt vulnerable. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel free. And as I sat there, I waited for this strong, arrogant, full of attitude and confidence young man to approach me. But where did I get this mental picture from?
It sparks an anger, but sometimes you don't want to be portrayed as a certain way, even though someone provokes you. It's a difficult situation to deal with, even harder to make. Yeah, bro, it is. Because like if you say something, now you're the angry black woman or the angry black man. They're always angry. It's like, how do you not be angry when I have to deal with all this bullshit? You know, like you're exactly right. It's a very hard position to be in. It's like being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like you always have to be worried about how you're being perceived because of your blackness. You know, it's crazy.
Was it the media? Was it music? Was it TV? Representation matters. But instead, a confident young man to approach me. But where did I get this mental picture from? Wait, first time in my life, I didn't feel free. I felt trapped and I felt vulnerable. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel free. And as I sat there, I waited for this strong, arrogant, full of attitude and confidence young man to approach me. But where did I get this mental picture from? Was it the media? Was it music? Was it TV? Representation matters. But instead, this young, childlike figure approached me, full of so much hope of a second chance, and yet he changed my life. So one day we were talking, and he stopped, and he paused, and he said, "Perhaps if you were my teacher, I wouldn't be in prison today."
Sheesh.
All the white people in charge are the ones that get to make the decisions. And if I want to be successful, I've got to be a drug dealer, I've got to be a footballer, or I've got to be an actor. Because that's the only way I can make money, and that's the only success that I see. Representation matters. Now,
That's crazy. Any people from impoverished neighborhood, black or any other, feel like that was very true for them growing up? They feel like they had to do something like that in order for it to be successful. Anybody else feel like that? Because maybe, no role models, that was the only time. Yes, me for sure, nigga. First thing I want to do when I was a kid is be a rapper. It's the first thing I wanted to do, and then I started, and then I wanted to play basketball. Yeah, man. I stopped playing gaming because I felt like it wasn't for me. I felt like it wasn't for black people, honestly. In other reasons, you know what I'm saying, but I literally said to myself, man, this is not even for me. I need to go play basketball. That's what somebody in my shoes would do. That's what a black man who's tall like me, that's what he needs to be doing, right? My family told me that too. They reinforced that shit too. So let me ask you, do you feel like the show Martin, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters, the PJs, Jamie Foxx, and that are good representation for black people? Yeah, I mean, definitely Fresh Prince, I feel like. But I feel like there could be more, you know what I'm saying? There could be more and more universally shown, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of those shows weren't really as universal, you know what I'm saying? And as accessible as a lot of other shit, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I watched my fair share of UPN and, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it's like even in some of those stories, like the representation wasn't exactly the best. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have been doing other things. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't say that all of them. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, you know, there should be more, bro, and more options and more universally. You know, and people see those shows as like black shows when really they're just shows. You know, they're just shows. They were a good show, but because they also had to be palatable for white people in order to get the message. Yep. Facts. If you guys remember that these black shows are still owned by white studios, they still have control over acceptable and marketable blackness. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You've got to look at this and really understand that this young person saw his success in crime. Actually in crime. Then it dawned on me, what if you do see representation, but it has a specific narrative? If only he knew positive representation existed, but he had been denied access to it.
Woo.
At this point, I knew I was not having enough impact on young people.
Sheesh.
I was getting to them far too late. They were already part of the justice system. So then that
was dope. Yeah, My Wife and the Kid was one of those shows that was like, you know, under the rugs, bro. Like a lot of those shows didn't get enough attention they should have gotten. What's good, Goofy and Chat? What's up, Shogun? How you doing, bro?
decided to transition from the legal profession into education. Imagine empowering a young person to believe that they belong, so much so that they genuinely thrive in spite of prejudice. Now, that should be the norm, shouldn't it? But it's not the norm. Every day, Black, Asian, and minority ethnic children are educated without seeing themselves in the curriculum or their environment.
Ooh, not even in the curriculum. Come on, teach, talk about it. They wonder why kids can't pay attention in class. I don't even see myself in this book, nigga. We talking about George Washington. We talking about everybody in fucking history who ain't black. Every nigga. Come on, bro.
Walk into the classroom and they hear about the greatness of others, all that they have conquered and all that they have contributed. Then they look at their skin and they say to themselves, where do I belong? What have my people achieved? Now, the Swan Report 1985 said education for all, and yet we still continue to live in a time where inequalities in schools continue to dominate. 32 years later, the Runnymede Trust report found that Bristol is a divided city. There is an evident lack of diversity in both teaching staff and leadership.
And it's like all over the world, bro. This is in fucking UK, bro. It's the same shit in America.
Just 4.4% of teachers in Bristol schools are Black, Asian, and from minority ethnic backgrounds. And in 2018, we found that there were only 26 Black teachers in state secondary schools in Bristol out of 1,346. Now, this isn't just about Black teacher recruitment. And this just isn't about having a Black person in the room. We must also look at our behavior, our language.
You said same in France? I wonder what the common denominator is. What could it be, bro?
Our value, our influences. Let's take the words white and black. When I think of the word white, I think of positivity. Angels, bright, white, clean, fresh. When I think of the word black, I think of negativity. Blackguard, black heart, black on black crime, blacklist, black sheep of the family.
Sheesh.
You don't buy it? Take some time later just making a list, and you will soon see the pattern that's perpetuated a culture of prejudice.
Facts.
Yet, we don't criticize it. We're paralyzed. We accept the status quo because those are our social norms.
I didn't even realize how much like black, the term black is used as a negative thing, you know what I'm saying? In society. Like, and obviously you could take that back down to like caveman times where the night was where predators came out and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like in the modern sense, like I just don't think that is where it correlates from. I think it literally comes from, you know, the hatred of blackness, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of sad to see, bro, that we have, like, it's become so normalized. Black male, black sheep, like black ice, like, You know, it's like, why is it that, you know, it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's an interesting choice of words.
Aren't they? We play into the hands of racial hierarchy, bias, and representative oppression, because those are the cards that we've been dealt. But imagine a world where you could teach a child the value of all races.
Yes.
Imagine.
Why is that not our education system? How can we today sit here on our education system and say that it's a good education system when we don't value the accomplishments of people that don't look like white people, that are not colonizers? Like, and of course, we got our Malcolm X page, we got our Martin Luther King page in the history book or whatever. But it's like, how can we really? And the crazy part is, this expands outward too. Like, this we're talking about schools and at school, but this expands to every single like industry, bro. It's the streamer industry, bro. Like that streamer award shit they just had. How do you expect to have a good streamer awards that's not inclusive of other people, bro? I just don't even know how you would go about something like that, bro. You know, and like, I mean, if you want to pat your friends on the back, I mean, I'm all for it, bro. Do your thing, bro. But like, it just seems like people don't really give a fuck, and they don't really think about shit. And I understand that, you know, privilege does blind, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, with as much money and power and fame and as much, you know, visibility that some of these people have, you know what I'm saying? It's shocking to me that they're not seeing these other viewpoints and critically thinking about the way that they live their lives. It's almost like as if it doesn't matter to them either way, you know? You know, that's what it feels like, you know? I don't know.
Just imagine that for a moment. Racial superiority would be stripped of its crown, and all races would be sworn in with equal importance.
Yes.
Our children would grow with a sense of value, connection, and understanding of difference. Imagine if they knew Una Marson was the first female black broadcaster for the BBC.
Anybody know that? This is UK, but never heard of it.
Imagine if they knew Lonnie G. Johnson was the inventor of the Super Soaker and was an engineer. Imagine if they knew.
Didn't know that either.
That Marie Van Britten was the inventor of the first home CCTV. And
the first TV?
Imagine if they knew that Garrett Morgan was an inventor of a version of the free light traffic light system.
Sheesh, that's crazy, right? The system that runs the entire country, the traffic light system. Interesting. Oh, closed captions, so subtitles? That's crazy.
Representation.
So we got subtitles, we got super soakers, we got the entire culture, we got R&B music, we got all of, you know, the exceptions of rock music, you know, music as we know it today in modern music, you know what I'm saying? We pretty much dates back to black people. So we got all of that on top of, you know, we've done a bunch of science stuff. It's like, why don't we talk about these people more, bro? It makes me realize, like, if white people are taking like credit for culture today, imagine how much credit they took for other black people accomplished throughout the history. You see what I'm saying? Like, imagine how much that we will never even know about because they've whitewashed history already, you know, and made it as though they've accomplished these things. Like, imagine how much of that did Thomas Edison invent the light bulb? Did he really? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes you question everything. It's like, what is really the truth, you know? Because they try to do that shit now, bro. They try to act like they try to completely whitewash shit, you know? Everything in our country is ran by and for white people, so their power to make the public blind to black achievements. Bruh. We have all forms of music. We did that. I knew about Garrett, but not the others. Yeah, they stealing our shit all the time. The reason racism will never cease to exist is because it doesn't have to, and it further their success. Racism is intangible and can only be dismissed as your opinion or feeling, since it's not that concrete of a threat to humanity like COVID or any other plague. But the thing is, it is, though. That's the crazy. Racism and classism are the twin dragons of of capitalism that keeps the thing running, bro. Really. It's the only way they keep it running. And if we realize, if people can wise up and realize, especially like poor white people will realize that they're being taken advantage of and they're being fed lies, so they will never find allegiance with people outside of their class or their race. You know what I'm saying? On a mass level, you know, because once they do that, then now you have lower class solidarity, and when you have lower class solidarity or working class solidarity, nigga, there goes the fucking upper class. They don't have a cushion anymore. Racism is their greatest weapon, bro. That's why they perpetuate it so much. You know, it keeps people divided. Man, talking about representation. Look how they represented true pioneers like MLK, Rosa Parks. Every picture they show them in black and white. It happened years ago, and nope, that was a long. Yeah, it wasn't that long. Matter of fact, they had color picture back then. That's interesting. Yep.
Matters more than we know. We must all use our positions of privilege and influence.
Racism is systemic and can be quantified by actual data. Correct.
To better advance all communities to build an environment of positive representation. Let us all use our experiences to change the culture. We owe it to ourselves, but we also owe it to our future generations.
Hey, Ultra, what's up, bro? He said, in that top corner looking sweeter than pecan, bro, chill. What's up, bro?
The truth is, if we could just believe in the contributions of others and appreciate them, we would soon see the value in everyone. My experiences are just an illustration of the impact of the lack of representation. But imagine a world where everyone was recognized and respected and acknowledged in all aspects of life. Isn't that a world that we all deserve?
Yes.
Representation really matters.
Sheesh. Sister with the head nod and the fist. We love to see it, bro. Oh, not the Wakanda forever too. Hold on. She said, and she bobbing it too, nigga. She about, hey, go ahead. Okay. All right. Lovely. With that fro. That was amazing, bro. That was amazing. I don't think I could have had a better talk about that, bro. It's pretty fucking dope, bro. Shake the motherfucking table, chat. That was amazing. Bro. Any thoughts, chat? And it's so fucking frustrating that when you start talking about this truth, they dismiss you as someone who just complains about everything. Yes. I actually had a friend who did that, bro. A friend who did that. They're just complaining. They're just complainers. They just complain all the time. They don't make content. They just complain. I'm like, oh, okay. Come to find out, what? Oh, you don't think racism was ever going to be stopped, so why even try? Okay, for sure. Heard you. Everything as if you're making it up and not bringing up their people have done. Yeah, bro. People want to dismiss racism, but they don't want to dismiss the privilege and the institutional power that they have gained from racism. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Nah, let's stop talking about it. Okay, well, let's stop talking about it when we perhaps have, dismantled it completely and totally forever. How about that, motherfucker? But I digress. Representation matters, bro. Representation matters. Doesn't matter what field you're in, bro. Representation matters. Representation matters, bro. Tired of people talking about it doesn't, bro.
I have a question.
Okay, so this next video is about a man named Stuart Hall, who is a black man, and he talks about representation in a theory, and he basically talks about how people in the media who have the opportunity to represent stories have the ability to shape reality, and that's essentially why representation matters, because if you have the power to shape reality, that means you have the power to condemn people for things they've never even done. You know what I'm saying? Like if you depict all black people as one way, then people are going to start treating them as such, you know, and they're going to start legislating as such. You know what I'm saying? The same thing what happened with the Holocaust, bro. Like before Hitler got a chance to do what he did in the Holocaust and kill millions and more millions of people, he first started in the media. He propagated, you know, propaganda in the media, in the newspapers. He made them out to be monsters, out to be villains. You see what I'm saying? And then from that, they were able to legislate and able to get people on board. You see what I'm saying? Yo, Giselle, thank you for the three, get the tier 3 subs, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you, Giselle. All love, family. Bro, I just hate stop talking about it will go away. Kind of thought of Morgan Freeman ass thought process, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? But that's basically what this is getting into. So it might be a little talk heavy, but I hope you guys can follow along. I'm sure you guys can follow along, but you know, just wanted to get that out there a little bit, you know. And, you know, hopefully that can help with the context of the video a little bit, you know. So I digress. Let's get it.
For you.
Giselle, thank you so much again for the tier 3 subs. I really appreciate it, bro. All love, man. All love.
Which of these two representations of Donald Trump do you think is most accurate?
Let's see. Which one is most Trump's American Revolution? Yuck. No, that's not right. This is more so the right for sure.
It's actually a flawed question because it implies that there's one correct meaning to Trump and everything associated with him. What's more interesting is who came up with these representations.
I disagree, but yeah, go on.
And why. This is the basis for Stuart Hall's representation theory, which we'll look at in this video. So let's start off with the absolute basics. Representation is one of the cornerstones of media studies, and it traditionally looks at how the media literally represents reality, be it social groups, events, places, anything, and it's always sort of measured how accurate these representations are against reality. So if we go back to our Trump example, we've got the man in reality with his actual meaning, and then we have the media's representations, which are almost like photocopies, and they're going to have varying degrees of accuracy or distortion. Well, Stuart Hall challenged this idea of representation completely. The problem with this approach, as Stuart Hall saw it, is that it implies the original subject has a single fixed meaning, against which accuracy can be measured. But he points out that this can't be so. Let's take a look at Brexit as an example. There are numerous facts associated with Brexit. When the exit date is, who went to certain meetings, what certain countries think about Brexit. But what it actually conceptually means doesn't exist in the real world until it has been represented in the media. The media literally gives meaning to these events.
Which is so powerful, bro. Which is so powerful. The media literally gives meaning to these events. Meaning they have the power to shape anything, bro. And that's why the media is such a powerful tool, bro. It's crazy. What's up, Zuko? How you doing, bro? Same thing with cops in New York. A lot of cops never had any contact with black people beyond what they see on TV. They come into the city and interact with black people in real life, and they treat them as these stereotypes that they see on TV. Exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. Because narratives are the lenses that we view the world in. Stories are the lenses that we view the world in, bro. That we see them through. We see real life through the story. That's basically what this video is talking about, bro. And it's like, and when you look at who runs the media, it's like 6 companies, 6 multi-millionaire dollar companies, bro. And you ask yourself, why isn't there like diversity in media? Why is there no leftist media? Why is there, you know, come on, bro. And that's why I think a lot of people are like learning and waking up now, because they're going online to see a lot of their shit, and big mass media doesn't have control of online yet. They don't have control of it. Like TikTok, you don't know what you're going to see on TikTok. There's some bad, there's some good. There's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad, but like people are shown to something, some new ideas. You see what I'm saying? Especially if they're like center left, you know what I'm saying? They can get more left or more right, but you're seeing more ideas, bro. You're becoming more awoke to the reality because these ideas are being shown to you. That's why social media is so powerful, bro. Like literally, bro. It puts the power to shape our stories back in our hands, back in the people's hands, and takes it out of the colonizers' hands, bro. The fucking elite upper class hands, bro. But that doesn't mean it can't be used for great evil as well, you know, because it can go the opposite way too, for sure, very easily.
Decides to give a positive representation of Brexit like The Sun does here, whereas more liberal papers like The Guardian take the exact same events and represent.
So these are basically like the Trump supporters of Britain. The Brexit. I don't know if you guys know what the Brexit event is, but it basically is when the UK left the EU because they didn't like the immigrants and they were losing their jobs, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? But this is like, you can tell it's like a certain type of people that they could probably just, you know, swap with some American. You could take Trump 2022 or Trump 2024 on this, and it would probably fit the same image. You see what I'm saying? Very interesting. See EU later, like yeah. Britain left the EU. Yeah, they left the EU,
whereas
bro.
More liberal papers like
that's what Brexit was. It was a big thing too. It was a huge thing over there.
The Guardian take the exact same events and represent it like this, creating different meaning. So here's Stuart Hall himself explaining that representation isn't an after occurrence, it's a constitutive one.
Now we're talking about
this is the guy Stuart Hall who came up with the representation theory. Black man.
Isn't an after occurrence, it's a constitutive one.
Now we're talking about representation, not as an after the event activity. It means something and then the presentation might change or distort the meaning. We're talking about the fact that it has no fixed meaning, no real meaning in the obvious sense until it has been represented.
Okay, so there's
which gives a lot of power to media companies, bro, which is crazy.
A lot too.
It's giving life meaning. You know what I'm saying? It makes you wonder like how many people are so easily like swayed to like, you know, to these crazy extremist viewpoints. You know what I'm saying? Because their reality has been shifted based upon the shit that they've seen their entire life. And if there's no representation in that, if there's no positive representation of marginalized communities, and all they see is, you know, these negative viewed stories that people are just taking, regardless of how untrue it is, how they're always going to be like pulled down by that. You know what I'm saying?
This theory, let's call this checkpoint 1. Media representations aren't reflections of things that already have meaning. They are the meaning makers of things that happen in reality.
Which is so fucking powerful, bro.
So the next
people ask like, why does representation matter? Because it is the meaning maker of life, bro. The game, whether it's games, whether it's, you know, anything, it's the meaning, bro. It's the meaning, bro. It's the meaning makers, bro. And it's so crazy that some people have had the power to make the meaning in society and still choose the same shit we've been getting for the last like 100 years, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Step is to consider
400 years.
Has the ability to make all of this meaning. Whoever that is going to have a huge amount of power in terms of their ability to influence society. Obviously, in the digital age, more than ever, that is the mass media. Now, to illustrate the significance of being the contextualizing force in the world, let's think about something that you personally have a concept of but haven't experienced in real life. Trump is another great example for this. Have you got very strong feelings about him either way? The answer is probably yes. How many of you have actually met him?
Yeah, fuck him.
It makes you realize that everything that you feel about him is controlled by someone else, the media. What about other political...
partially, more so about his own Twitter account, but yeah.
And social issues. What images do you naturally conjure up when I say gay people, Brexit, black people? Where do you think your understanding of each of these things comes from? Hall argues that much of society's understanding of the world is based on meanings which have been created by media producers who are in power as they try to fix a particular meaning to a certain thing in the real world. Now, if we take a closer look at the hegemonic organizations of the world and the people who actually make them up, what we almost always find is wealthy, white, straight men. As such, the representations that we see in the media tend to reflect their ideology on politics, on social issues, gender.
Interesting, right?
Race, everything. The result, Hall says, is that stereotypes are generated because of the limited representations the hegemonic elites show us. So typically, we're very used to seeing this kind of representation of African Americans in the media.
Take a look. Police say this guy has attacked 4 white people across Manhattan, seemingly at random. Detectives also say he's made anti-white remarks. In one incident, he whacked a 64-year-old woman with a wooden stick.
Protesters, these young men are incredibly angry.
Or this representation of gay men in the media.
I'm Jared, and I'm very gay. Yeah, we noticed. Do you guys go to Glen Ellen?
Or this representation of women.
What a novel idea.
Just rinse and ring, so you can blast right through tough messes. Your home is full of life.
In each case, the hegemonic media organizations offer us a repeated, limited representation of aspects of the world in order to attempt to fix a preferred or dominant meaning to it in society. It sounds ludicrous, doesn't it?
Interesting, bro. It's almost like that same narrative has been repeating in every industry, bro. Like, it's almost like straight white males, you know, like have been shifting the meaning of the world, you know, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Not an ad. Yeah, bro. What are y'all thoughts on that, bro? What do y'all think about that, man? Isn't that? I mean, I'm sure this is probably like you already know, right? But it's just, it's crazy, bro.
But when these stereotypes are used again and again over years and then decades, the lack of diversity in representations can really narrow society's perception of these things. The representation becomes naturalized and we stop questioning it. In extreme examples, like the ones Hall talks about, it means that ethnic minorities can become stereotyped as troublemakers in the UK. Now, not everybody is going to just
get stereotyped as troublemakers in the UK. And if we have no representation, what do we have, bro? What do we have, bro? What does that mean? You're very frustrating.
Troublemakers in the UK. Now, not everybody is going to just blindly accept the media representations that they're shown by these elite media producers. Stuart Hall also came up with reception theory, which I'll make a link to at the end of this video, which he points out that the audience can reject these ideas if they don't agree with them. But the point is with this theory that the media producers are attempting to fix a meaning to something for the majority of society. So why would they do this? Simply to assert dominance, to keep those in non-elite groups in their place, to maintain social supremacy.
You be my man.
And then what's crazy to me is that's why we don't have representation, bro. It's to keep social dominance. And when people say, oh, you're making a big deal about this, you know what I'm saying? It's just so insidious, bro. Because whether you're doing it on purpose or not, it's still insidious as fuck. And we got to think outside of who's the person to blame here? And how do we make this never happen again, bro? That's what we need to do. We need to make sure this never fucking happens again, bro. Crazy, bro. White men sit on boardrooms coming up with ideas to keep things moving in a way that benefits the narrative they need. Exactly, bro. And like, it's being reflected in other areas in life, bro. That's a good question, Sweatshirt Shawty. I think in a sense it is contrived in the sense that she said, here's my devil's advocacy of if the representation is still preferred white supremacist lens, is it still not contrived? I thought you were saying something different there. I mean, give me an example of what that would look like. It's crazy out here. The racism is so subtle. Yeah, bro. It's subtle and it's smooth. For example, Mickey Mouse started off as racist. That's crazy.
Maintain social supremacy.
You be my man, Friday. Friday, you Friday, me, Mickey. Sorry.
There are endless reasons, but it depends on
to not stand up for representation. There is no both sides of that argument. There is no like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like either you give a fuck and you care about not perpetuating white supremacy and white social dominance, or you just don't give or you give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? It's either or in that situation, bro. Like, it's just, there's no middle ground there. It's like either you care about it or you don't. So once you understand what representation it is, and if you truly understand it, there's no middle ground, bro. There is no middle ground, bro. It's insidious as fuck, bro. And people like to make it seem like people are asking for representation are bad people, but it's no, bro. You're bad for wanting to keep this shit the same, bro. No matter what. I don't give a fuck about source material anymore. I don't. Fuck it. This shit is more dire than how you looked at that one character that they happened to make black now in the movie. Oh, it's so forced, right? Yeah, okay. What's forced is what we have now, bro. Walt Disney dude was 100% racist. I'm not shocked. But look who those people have learned from. They taught that starting the issues going on in the world is the problem. Stating the issues going on. Yeah, that's the problem, right? I have been systematically gaslighted, bruh. We act like it's a big deal because it is, exactly. And people who've never had representation know how bad it is because they've been subdued to stereotypes for so long.
The agenda of those who made the representation.
I thought this was going to be a light subject today, guys, and it's not. I'm sorry.
And that's the whole point. Stuart Hall said the audience should interrogate a text. They should look at who made it and why. Really open it up from the inside and consider the whole point. Stuart Hall said the audience should interrogate a text. They should look at who made it and why. Really open it up from the inside.
Facts.
And consider what purpose it serves and how it furthers the producer's agenda.
Facts.
Only then can we strive to combat stereotypes and how it
a lot of white people on that list.
Furthers the producer's
Sheesh.
agenda. Only then can we strive to combat stereotypes that pigeonhole entire social groups and create a sense of otherness or alienation in society. So that's all for this one. It's one of the big...
That's a great fucking topic, bro. That's a fucking great topic, bro.
Theories that you really need to get your head around. And it's such a vast piece of work that he did. I've tried to strike a balance between including the things that you need to know and covering it in enough detail. But if you have any questions, you can leave them below. As always...
That was dope, bro. I mean, nothing that we don't already know. The people that need to be watching this shit, are probably not watching this shit. I'll be honest, bro. I don't think anybody, is there anybody who didn't know that to that extent? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Thank you, Oreo. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it. Have a good day at work, by the way. Can we say bye to Oreo? But look at yeah. I gotta get ready for a meeting. Talk to you later. I'll catch you later as well, bro. It'll be on Mindful Monday YouTube though. So if you guys want to drop a follow over there and you can watch it there. Goofy, thank you for showing me this. Hey man, it's important, bro. That's why we talk about representation so much, bro. That's why we talk about representation much, because it directly affects us. How we are portrayed in the media directly affects our life outcomes. Our life outcomes, bro. White people will never have to worry about that, bro. They'll never have to worry about that, bro. What? Come on, bro. As a whole? We talking about as a whole fucking entirety of people, bro. Marginalized communities, black communities have been destroyed because how we are perceived in the media, and people have taken advantage of this. Presidents have taken advantage of this. Presidents have taken advantage of this and used this. Come on, bro. Look what they did. Look what they did to the Black Panther Party, bro. But the KKK still exists. Interesting, right? Interesting, right? That's a coincidence? Yeah. All right. The new West Side Story included Afro-Latinos in the film, but shoved dark-skinned folks to the back. So there was representation, but it was proximity to white. You know how they like to do that shit, bro. You know how they like to do that shit, bro. You know how they like to do that shit, bro. Crazy world we live in, bro. Anyways, moving on. I think we'll get a little lighter as we go, for the most part. The next couple videos are on the evolution of black representation in film. How white savior movies hurt Hollywood. You know, we talk about actors and other stuff, you know. You better fucking talk, you know. I gotta say what's on my heart, bro. I can't be fake about it, bro. I really can't, bro. I guess my devil. I'm sorry. Did I miss your message earlier? Let me see. Let me check in with that. Sweatshirt shawty. I feel like you just got here and you already almost have 999 messages. I love that for us. For example, the West Side. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Proximity to whiteness. I get what you're saying now. So that wrapped around completely. Yeah. That wrapped around completely. I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like, bro. It looks like, hey, this is Asian, but we're not gonna talk about the other Asians. You know, the Filipino Asians. You know what I'm saying? They're not really Asians, right? Or we're gonna have the Latinx talk, but we're not gonna talk about the black Latinx folks. You know, those are just black people. You know what I'm saying? There's no intersectionality of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just one way or the other. You know. Yeah, who's doing the representing? It definitely matters. That's why we need to get black people in these rooms, having these conversations, bro. Yeah, man. Yep. Especially if POC haven't reconciled internalized white, then representation isn't enough. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, bro. That's a great point, bro. I mean, is it representation? Is it really representation? If it's I would even argue, is it really representation if people haven't done with their internalized white supremacy? You know what I'm saying? Is it even representation? You know what I'm saying? Because damn, man. Very, very thought-provoking questions, bro. And I really appreciate that, Sweatso Shorty. On to the next video, bro. Let's go. We got the evolution of black representation in film. This is gonna be dope. Yeah. These are short videos. These next videos are short videos, but they're good videos. Oh man, I can't tell you the feeling that I had. Can we just stop before we even get into this, bro? Can we talk about what fucking Black Panther meant to the community, bro? Like that, I don't give a fuck. I don't even fuck with Marvel movies like that. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I really don't, bro. But can we talk about what Black Panther and God rest his soul, God rest in peace, my boy Chadwick Boseman meant to the community, bro? Oh my God, bro. When I saw that movie, bro, and I saw the blackness in the movie, bro. Like, oh my God, I can't tell you. A part of me just lit up, bro. It lit up, bro. Like, I saw so much of myself in this film. It was amazing, bro. Like, even like the little jokes they would do. The what are those? You know what I'm saying? The the back and forth between the brother and the sister. You know what I'm saying? Between Shuri and Chadwick. You know, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy, bro. Like. I can't even tell you, bro. That shit felt black to me, bro. Or as black has been in media for a while, you know. In this way, you know, it was beautiful, bro. I want to watch that movie again. We might watch that movie this weekend, bro. What's up? No, but it was really amazing, bro. No funny shit, but your lips look like they taste like a pink Starburst. What's up, daddy? Okay, Ultra, relax. Relax, bro. That would be lit. Yeah, bro. It's just nice to see that, bro. It's nice to see that. And there's like, man, what movies narratives are the most powerful thing in the world, bro. They really are. Or next to nuclear bombs, bro. Because the crazy part is what's different than the media and the nuclear bomb is like you got to destroy everything to win with a nuclear bomb. But like with a fucking media, you can make these niggas see your side without even killing anybody, bro. You can just expand so much knowledge, bro. And it can be used for great power or great good or great evil. It really can be, bro. Man, Chadwick had took a toll on everyone, especially the kids, bro. My cousins were coming up to tears with costumes and toys. Yeah, bro. It's pretty crazy. But I think the black community in whole just felt that, bro. We felt that. We really did, man. We really did, bro. That was a tough one, bro. And it was tough when it first happened. It was tough in ways that I couldn't even explain, you know? Like I didn't even know why I was so sad about this, you know what I'm saying? But Black Panther, nigga? Like, nigga, I feel like, man, that was crazy, bro. It was crazy. The fact that Chadwick was gone, it still hurts. You right, bro. It still hurts, bro. And it's crazy, and I don't even know him on a personal level. That's crazy. Yeah, man. He did have hella integrity, bro. He would turn down roles if they wasn't like, you know, if they didn't support, you know, or put black people in a good light. It was just, man, he was definitely that man, bro. And he was in the right position for a lot of good reasons, bro. And it's sad to have him go so early, man. Also, even before Black Panther, Chadwick was for the culture. He was his work was always uplifting us. Really, yeah, I know he did a lot of good roles. We watched a couple of his movies when he passed, man. Yeah, it was definitely an emotional thing for sure, bro. His other movies, man. Yeah, we watched one about him as a cop. It was fucking dope. I was like, oh, this is cool, bro. And this is like a gem. It was like on Netflix. This is like a gem. Like you don't even hear about this movie, bro, at all. It's actually really good. Jewel, you remember that movie we watched together, bro? It was really good. Like the ending was like not cliche, like a cliche action movie ending too. It was dope, bro. Yeah, I digress. But yeah, let's watch this, bro. Let's talk about the evolution of black film, bro.
What's up? I never yielded. And as you can see, I am not dead.
Representation matters.
Look, I don't even know what he said in that scene, bro, but nigga, all that is just feels like black people, bro. Like all that, nigga, all that feels like, what's up, nigga? The fucking nigga, just like the whole interaction, bro. The whole interaction, bro. Just the whole thing, bro.
Get out! Yo, chill, man. Get out!
We hear it all the time, but what does it really mean or look like? In an ad campaign, Netflix says when it comes to black leading actors, directors, writers, and producers, they are representing. And it's not a moment, it's a movement. Famous directors Ava DuVernay and Spike Lee help introduce the streaming services initiative called Strong Black Lead.
We're not a genre because there's no one way to be black.
It's a promise to represent black audiences authentically, which hasn't always been Hollywood's priority.
I fuck with that, bro. I fuck with that. And a lot of people say that these companies will just do whatever is profitable for them. And yeah, you're right. They will do some things that are profitable, but the things that they are doing, they can still help us win in the long run, bro. That shit is dope. If they're really doing what they say they're doing, and they're you know, they're investing in black directors and actors and from the black experience, that's amazing, bro. That's amazing, and we need more of that, bro. And I don't care what anybody says. Yes, these companies will do whatever is profitable, but we can use these companies to our advantage, bro, to paint a better picture for us and to pave new pathways for us. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I saw Asmongold on Twitter. Oh, these companies they're just doing fake representation. Like, bro, you don't even understand, bro. You're so lost, bro, that you don't even see that even the symbolism is a fucking importance. Don't get me wrong. I critique the fuck out of Barack Obama, bro. He's a fucking, as far as I'm concerned, he's an imperialist, bro. But like the symbolic meaning of him being the president was dope. Now, I wish there was more done under his presidency, and I wish he could be more war criminal. Yes, I wish he could have been more, you know, for the people. You know what I'm saying, rather than just a symbolic symbol for the people. You know what I'm saying, in a sense that, like, you know, in a white supremacist country, we have a black man as president. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, but now we need to move on to the next thing, bro. Now we need to move on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? So like that's where it starts, bro. You gotta get that symbol in there, and then you can keep going and keep going. And honestly, you can do both at the same time, but it's like it doesn't always happen that way. So you just gotta take the win where you can get it and just try again. You know, and that's just kind of how we gotta look at it. I feel like, you know. I still struggle with the black people being in the White House is blasphemous and working through it. Yeah, I mean, it was built by slaves, so this feel like the drama at the cookout. But I digress. Let's watch this.
Here's Miss Scarlett's pickles. You can take that all back to the kitchen. I won't need to buy it.
Oh, yes, you is. You's going to eat every mouthful of this.
Early pictures of black people in entertainment included criminals, slaves, nannies, servants, blackface, or just plain ignorance. But from the mid-1910s to the 1930s, Duke
The fuck
University
is going
says
on?
some film companies had a sort of revelation, if you will. They dedicated themselves to creating productions with, quote, all-colored casts. They promised to write positive, diverse roles. After many black people moved from the South to urban areas, Hollywood seemed to be adjusting to the country's changes. In fact, what was called the race movie genre only displayed black people in a positive light.
I didn't even know about that. That's crazy. I wonder what happened. What negative event happened?
Eventually, the idea of black people in those roles was no longer marketable.
There it is. So white people got mad. So white lash. Y'all got, black people in movies. Main cast, whole cast. Can't do it. I don't see myself in this movie. I don't see myself in this movie because they're black, even though they go through the same human experiences that I go through in many ways, and I could relate to their hardship. Head ass.
Duke
That's the
says
same critique that some white guy had about Turning Red, bro. He didn't see himself in the movie. Nigga, get on the fucking bandwagon, my nigga. Like, look, we black people have been not seeing ourselves in the media. Shit, marginalized communities have not been seeing themselves in the media for the longest, bro. And we had to fucking find ways we can relate no matter what. Do you see how black people relate with anime? And anime don't even be black people in anime like that. For the longest time, Naruto was like, I wouldn't say like that. There are some black characters, but it's like a lot of the time, nigga, hello, Dragon Ball Z, one of the most influential animes, especially within the black community. How many of them niggas, how many black people they got in Dragon Ball Z, bro? Matter of fact, they got a racist depiction in there. So we're so cool that we can fucking do all that. And we shouldn't have to be so strong and so cool to be able to accept that, you know what I'm saying? But they should be fine. They need to be fine, bro.
Black production company failed because of the lack of commercial appeal to broader, aka white, audiences.
There are a lot of people who live in your neighborhood who choose not to get on that bus. What do they choose to do? They choose to go out and sell drugs. They choose to go out and kill people. They choose to do a lot of other things.
Oh,
but they
God.
choose not to get on that bus.
Karen, shut up.
Commercial appeal like the infamous white savior complex. Teen Vogue defining it as movies that promote colonialism in a sense, because people of color need white people to save them. They called it Oscar bait, which brings me
Thank you, Nola Queen. I really appreciate it. You sweet angel. Hope you're doing good. Forehead kisses. Mwah.
to my next point.
But I think it sucks that if black people want Academy Awards, we can't just make movies about anything but slavery.
No. We can make any movie we want. We just have to trick white people into thinking the movie is about slavery.
Cue the hashtag #OscarSoWhite in 2016. For the second year
Cue the hashtag #OscarSoWhite.
in a row, USA Today reported all 20 actors nominated for a lead or supporting acting Oscar, they were white.
Sounds very familiar, right? Sounds very familiar. It's almost like we had a very recent award show that, perhaps for streamers on Twitch that kind of did something similar there. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting, that there wasn't any revelation to, Oscars and how big that was. I wonder if they heard about this. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if they heard about the Oscar So White thing and they thought, I'm gonna have an award show. I'm not gonna be like this. I wonder or maybe they just said, no, fuck it. Who knows, right, guys? Maybe this is their first time ever experiencing anything like that. And, so yeah, maybe, who knows? That's why Black Panther had to be made by black people. Facts. Ryan Coogler, shout out. And then you saw what he did to Ryan Coogler. Crazy shit, bro.
And black actors weren't having it.
We no longer need to ask to be invited anywhere.
Some boycotted the award show and demanded change. The Academy promised to diversify in race and gender by 2020.
Y'all remember when Macklemore won the greatest rap album over Kendrick Lamar? Crazy. I think, man, can we look that up? Can we just look that up real quick? I just want to see this. I want to make sure I wasn't living in the simulation when this happened. And maybe that was a dream. I missed a nominer, whatever the fuck you call it. Wins Grammy. Let's see. Was this real? Did this really happen? No way this really happened. Interesting. Ha ha! Look at the look on Macklemore's face, and look at the look on Kendrick's face. I think both of them know. Shit, maybe even Ed know. Maybe Ed know, bro. Ed look a little scared too. This guy, James Blake look like he about to laugh, but Macklemore for sure don't look like he deserved that. He looked like what the fuck just happened. Kendrick face though. Yeah, that's a I told you niggas they was gonna do me like that face. That's what that is. All he talks about is regret. Really? She started crying. What did he tell her? What the fuck? Y'all, what the fuck? Baby girl, Kendrick finna beat my ass when we get out of here, bro. I can't say nothing. You said Drake? Yeah, I remember Drake's speech was like, Drake Grammy speech. They cut his ass off because he was speaking too much truth, right? Like, cut him off. He about to call us out and tell us we ain't shit. Jack Harlow? Yeah, he's the new curly head rapper. Jack Harlow is valid. I'm not saying he's bad. I don't think he's bad. I think white rappers are usually overrated in general, though. I'll be honest, bro, because they get it. They just don't have to deal with being black, So, and they're in black culture, so it's like they get the best of both worlds, So yeah.
God's plan!
And a big surprise, Drake showed.
Bro, I don't want to hear your interpretation of the. Show me the.
There's people who have regular jobs. If there's people who have.
I want to hear the whole speech. I don't want to hear this chopped up bullshit, bro.
You've already won if you have people who are singing your songs word for word. If you're a hero in your hometown, Look, if there's people who have regular jobs who are coming out in the rain, in the snow, spending their hard-earned money to buy tickets to come to your shows, you don't need this right here. I promise you. You already won.
They cut off his mic. That's crazy.
But
next,
he still talk. Maybe they cut it off a little bit.
Grammy performance by Diane.
Damn, they said, hey, don't play with me, Drake. We'll pull the plug on you. Let me stop.
We can't talk.
Eminem is dope. He is dope, but I don't think they call him the greatest rapper alive, and to me that's insane. I don't see it at all. But yeah.
About representation without taking a trip to Wakanda. Black Panther was proof diversity sells.
Oh, they call Eminem that.
Forbes said it made $700 million nationally, more than $1 billion worldwide. It seems Black Hollywood is hopeful Netflix can represent for Black people alongside other big dogs in the industry working to do the same. So let's hope this trend can and will eventually turn into a way of life.
Yeah. And who says Black nigga? They sold 700 billion, bro. 700 billion.
It made $700 million nationally, more than $1 billion worldwide.
Woo, $1 billion worldwide, and they say Black movies can't sell.
It seems Black Hollywood.
I know them niggas, them white producers in the studio was mad as fuck. They was like, fuck. How dare they make that much money? God damn it! Now we got to make more films with Black people in it. You know what I mean? Like they was tight about that for sure. Drake is an aggressive rapper, but he's okay. I wouldn't say Drake is either, for sure. Not even close. And I used to listen to Eminem a lot, bro. We do not need a second. We don't need a second one. I think they should discontinue. I don't want to say discontinue, but I don't know. Find a new way to do it completely. They can't. You know they mad. Shogun. You know they mad. Because what can they say now? They were saying that for a long time. They were saying that for Black movies are unprofitable. Black movies are unprofitable.
The film.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. And this right here talks about how the white savior complex, bro. How the white savior complex, which is what we talked about in the last video, kind of ruins our representation, bro.
Film Hidden Figures is based on a true story, and one of its most powerful scenes is when Al Harrison, played by Kevin Costner, heroically rips down a coloreds only sign above a women's restroom.
Here at NASA, we all pee the same color.
Later, oh God, that sounds so fucking contrived. Here at NASA, we all pee the same color. Shut the fuck up.
In the film, Harrison graciously grants Katherine Johnson, played by Taraji P. Henson, access to the control room so that she can watch the rocket launch that she helped bring to fruition. Couple problems here though. The real Katherine Johnson says she had to watch the launch from her desk. Furthermore,
Wild.
it turns out that Al Harrison never even existed. He's completely made up.
Wow. Completely made up. Interesting. So they just told this story so they can make a white person look good in it, or I guess they didn't want white people to look like they were such bad people. Like they wanted to have some good white guy representation, I guess, you know? I think that's what they were going for. I don't know. The lyrics, so I like lyricists, so Eminem will always have a spot on my list, but to put him in the top is ridiculous. Yeah. White Savior Strikes Again. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, bro. I liked him a lot in that movie. He the only one that didn't see her as a black woman, just a mathematician like everybody else. Him and the astronaut. Interesting. I mean, I like the idea of him in the movie, but the fact that he was there, they put him there and he wasn't even there, is just, to me, is just like, it's crazy. But let's talk about the white savior complex in movies, though.
Why? Kevin Costner's character is what's known as a white savior. A white character.
This happens a lot too, and if y'all want to hear more, I got a whole video on this, a whole 10-minute video on this, but this is like a 4-minute, John.
Who saves a person of color from their troubles that the person of color can't save themselves from. The white savior trope has been utilized since the beginning of filmmaking, but it really grew popular during the civil rights era. Off screen, black activists were leading the fight for civil rights in America, but filmmakers turned to white characters to tell these non-white stories.
Interesting.
To Kill a Mockingbird is about a white lawyer who defends a black man from fabricated charges. Lawrence of Arabia is about a British lieutenant who acts as a liaison for the Arab National Council in the Middle East. As the years went on, the number of white savior films multiplied. Mississippi Burning is the story of missing civil rights activists and the white agents tasked to find them. Glory is about an all-black regiment led into battle by Robert Shaw. Fun fact, Glory manages to be a white savior film despite the fact that Shaw doesn't actually save anyone. He literally leads them to death. In the power of the...
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. That nigga, he led them to their death and still was the hero of the movie. Interesting. Yep, it is. The help is too, for sure.
White savior should never be underestimated. In Gran Torino, a racist white man is heralded for saving the people of color that he's always racist to.
What the hell these Chinese have to move in this neighborhood for?
Hard pass. No matter how black or multicultural a film is in its content, filmmakers would have us believe that white characters are the best vehicles for the story. Characters of color become far less important in their own stories.
I think they have to do that because then white people would just look like the villains, you know what I'm saying? And they don't want to propagate white men, especially as villains in the media, you know? So they want to create, you know, a source of, you know, representation for them in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Because they know how marginalized communities may feel about white men. It's like they're protecting white men, you know, and white people the most, you know?
And
interesting.
Yes, many white savior films are based on true stories.
Freedom Fighters, The Help, Green Book, The Blind Side was another one.
But they often either oversimplify race issues or flat out get things wrong.
That's the biggest problem. Oversimplifying race issues, man. Jesus Christ.
This is how we get movies like the 2019 Best Picture winner, Green Book. The film is about Don Shirley, a black, queer, musical genius with multiple doctorates, told through the lens of his driver. The film quickly became controversial because Shirley's living relatives say that it's incredibly misleading. They told USA Today, "The thing that bothers our family is that the focus of the film is all about a white man who was an extreme racist and who was still a racist at the end." Indeed.
That's crazy.
Indeed, Tony Lip, played by Viggo Mortensen, is the main character. At one point in the film, he tells Don Shirley that he needs to connect with black culture more. going so far as to say that he's blacker than him.
Excuse me?
And at one point teaching him how to eat fried chicken. Of course, Shirley's young teaching him how to eat fried chicken.
Nigga, black collective black look in 3, 2, 1. Knock it off, nigga.
Of course, Shirley's younger brother told 1A that Don was not estranged from the black community whatsoever, and that he had 100% eaten fried chicken before. Details aren't the only things that white
Wow, they just made that shit up, bro. That's crazy. And for what, bro?
savior films struggle with. They're also accused of reinforcing the idea that racism is largely gone today. After being bombarded with movie after movie about how far we've come as a nation, white savior films end up minimalizing the issues that people of color go through today. Viewers may leave a white savior film saying, "Thank God we are not like this anymore," when in fact, many of us are still exactly like this. Spike Lee
This nigga talking, he talking shit. I love it.
Illustrated this point ever so clearly in Black Klansman by tying the bigotry and hate from its story set in the 70s to the current political climate we're in today.
America first.
America first. America first.
In a time where
Go ahead, Spike. I might watch that movie tonight, bro. I might watch that movie tonight.
Politicians are being outed for wearing blackface, white supremacists are on the rise, and racially motivated shootings are in the headline, these "look how far we've come" white savior movies are becoming increasingly tiring. Filmmakers seem to believe that if stories about people of color are told in a real and authentic way, then white characters would have little to no place in them. Well, maybe that's how it should be.
Ooh.
Well, authentic way, then white characters would have little to no place in them.
Moonlight, Black Panther, Crazy Rich Asians. I actually haven't seen Moonlight though, but I heard it's really good. I heard it's pretty good, bro. And shouldn't, yeah, definitely.
Well, maybe that's how it should be.
I've seen Black Klansman a long time ago, but it was before I really became really super like woke, and I think I didn't enjoy the movie. Like I knew that it was important, but I was just like, you know, I don't know if I enjoy this, you know. But now I think I would really enjoy it, bro. Why representation matter? Young actors.
We
talk about when they saw characters like them. Let's go, yeah.
We talk about this all the time. She's like, her show was Living Single, mine was Girlfriends, and yeah.
Single in the 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my girl. Get your head up, get your head up.
For some reason, I related so heavily to
Moonlight is dope, very touching. Really, I gotta check it out, bro. That was fire.
Gimli in Lord of the Rings, that like he was this like short, sort of angry, but he was still like getting it.
Nobody tosses a dwarf.
And there's like a couple references to them being like a little genderless, where they're like, the ladies have beards too, and I was like, that's me.
They're often mistaken for dwarf men. It's the beards.
I want to say Raven Simone from That's So Raven. I was like every other kid in the early 2000s watching Disney Channel, and all of my shows, like I loved Hannah Montana, I loved Zack and Cody, Kim Possible, but no one really looked like me. That was my first.
For me, besides Mindy Lahiri on the Mindy Project, what else is there? Oh, right, yes, Princess Jasmine.
Princess Jasmine. I was gonna say Mulan.
Because she's Asian? Oh, yeah.
Disney. I was just like, yes.
In an interesting way for me, I kind of
Goofy movie was a black Disney movie before they could put black people in movies.
gravitated towards the Disney cartoons, and more just thematically. I grew up with a single mom, so a lot of the themes that those earlier cartoons, at least the ones in the 90s, dealt with were loss of a parent and kind of dealing with that and trying to meet expectations of these usually lofty parents that were in these fairy tales. So I was able to kind of use that as a frame of reference of kind of just how to guide myself in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely.
So it wasn't necessarily a specific movie with a real actor. It was those things that were catered to children that still had really heavy themes.
For me, it's
that's an interesting. I never thought about a single parent like that. Yeah, but definitely Lion King definitely resonated with me because I didn't have a father, and it was like watching this boy grow up without a father and try to become a man is kind of what I had to do. You know. So yeah. I lived in London, but usually the stereotype is they're super smart, so maybe they did it on purpose. Did what on purpose?
Be Hermione from Harry Potter. Ooh. First of all, I'm obsessed with magic and Harry Potter.
Petrificus totalis.
When she was all young and frizzy-haired and magical and nerdy, I saw her and was like, I'm like that. And I would go home and like practice my English accent after Hermione Granger. So that's probably the first time that I felt represented.
Are you sure that's a real spell?
Yes, as a little girl, yeah, which is dope.
Well, it's not very good, is it?
I didn't get that at first, and I was like, wait, she's black, but I forgot that, you know, girls aren't really shown like that in media either, so that's really cool that she had that first, so. Or they're not really shown properly, I should say. That's dope, bro. I love that. What do y'all think, bro? It was a pretty heavy day so far, bro. We could honestly end it right there. I had like one video about representation in gaming. But I don't know. How y'all feeling, chat? I feel like we covered a lot. What do you think, bro? Hermione was supposed to be black? Wait, really? That's crazy. Oh, let's watch it. All right, bet. Are these videos in Discord? Yeah, they'll be in Discord after, as well as I have this VOD up on my YouTube as well, on my Mindful Monday YouTube. So yeah. J.K. Rowling keeps making shit up decades after the books, and we can't do anything about it because she made the whole thing up. Yeah. Yep. She just needs to shut up and let people wonder. She said something about like black people like, not black people, I'm sorry, like that wizards will shit standing up and then make their poop disappear. And I was just like, I wish I never heard that. I wish I never heard that ever. You know, that's just wild to me. But yeah, go off, Queen. You don't explain the magic in shows like that. Shows like this, with soft world building like that, you don't explain the magic. You just let people wonder. It's like fucking Spirited Away. Like if you known the reason for Spirited Away, it probably would have took you out of the imaginative, you know, magicalness. You know what I'm saying? And she's a TERF now too, which is not cool. This guy name is Andre Demise, and he's talking about race and gender and representation in video games.
I've been a gamer just about all of my life. And one of my most vivid memories as a gamer was Christmas of 1990. And I remember waking up that morning and running down the stairs as fast as I could. And underneath the Christmas tree, the biggest box had my name on it.
What's the reason for Spirited Away? What do you mean? There is no reason. There is no reason. That's the kind of the magic of the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like super mystical and imaginative and not explain things because it wants people to wonder, you know?
And when I tore this gift open, I couldn't describe to you how excited I was to find a Sega Genesis. It was awesome.
This is me with a Nintendo 64, bro. Who remember those Christmases opening up presents, bro, and playing? Nigga, video games was the coolest shit ever, bro. I remember those Christmases where I would get a bunch of games. Like GameCube had it, Nintendo 64 had it, bro. It was just amazing, bro. I remember so many games I used to play. I just think back. Who remembers Star Fox 64 on Nintendo? Is on Nintendo, bro. Super Smash Brothers, and then they had like a Star Fox like continued game, which is like a open world or open world-esque game for Star Fox. and you would run around at Star Fox just like doing cool shit. I want to see where that game is at right now. And you had to fight like dinosaurs and shit. They need to remake that, bro. I had Smash Bros. Yeah, Donkey Kong 64, all these classic ass games, bro.
No, you guys really have to understand how cool this was. Like, I could use this box, and no matter what else was going on in my life, I could escape to other worlds and other universes, other realities. I could be a hero cop who's out to save his city from this ruthless crime syndicate. I could be a hacker in Seattle in the year 2050, trying to solve the mystery of my brother's murder. I could be Michael Jackson and take down the bad guys with the power of dance.
Fire.
But one thing I started to understand as a young black gamer.
Oh, you ain't finding no Dreamcast.
Well, when I played video games as a young black gamer, I didn't often see characters who looked like.
It was definitely hard for me too, bro. That was my shit. I remember getting into my first GameCube. That was amazing. We were so bad as kids, bro, that we would open up the gifts the night before because we were sneaky motherfuckers. And when my mom would go to sleep, we would just figure shit out. My mom would eventually catch on to that, so she would try to figure out ways to stop us from doing it. One time we had this big ass box of like, she went to Walmart and told them to put it in a giant ass box so they can't get into it. And nigga, we cut a hole in the back of the box. No, under the box, right? We cut a hole under the box in the middle of the night, took out all our presents through this little hole, right? Hooked them up, played them all night just before my mom got up, packed them back into the packages and snuck them back through the hole in the box, bro. And then acted like, oh my God, this is crazy. What? Nigga, by the time we had the game, bro, we turned the game on, nigga, we had hella characters. And my mom didn't watch us play, so she had no idea. You know what I'm saying? So like we was just we was bad as fuck, bro. Who else was a sneaky ass kid, bro, when it came to like Christmas and like presents and shit like that, man? I remember one time, bro, my mom used to say that the Santa Claus was coming at night, and so we would all sleep in the living room. But the living room had like a closet in it, and that's where she stuck all our presents. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night and seeing her like stuff the presents in there. You know what I'm saying? This is like days before Christmas, right? So she had just got all the shit. So like we all knew where it was. So me and my siblings hatched a plan to get the shit out, right? So long story short, the door was locked. So we end up taking I don't know if y'all knew this, but you can take a butter knife on a door, on a regular door, on a wooden door, and if you scrape the lock enough to the point where you can get the knife in front of the lock, you can push the lock open. You see what I'm saying? So so you basically have to get at the wood. So that's what we did when my mom was at work. We scraped it, and we got the knife in front of the lock inside the door, push that big bitch back. Nigga, I had my first Game Boy Advance, bro. And my first Game Boy Advance, and I had Pokemon on that motherfucker. And I played the fuck out of Pokemon the night before, a couple nights before even doing it, bro. How did you notice? We just figured shit out, bro. We just would figure shit out, bro. We had a lot of time. We were homeschooled for much of my early, like first to third grade. I was homeschooled. So yeah, niggas wasn't niggas had time, bro. You know. Niggas had time. We was mad. We some evil geniuses. Yeah, nigga. We had to be though. We were, you know. My mom was so I don't want to say strict, but she was just very angry. So, hey, what's up, Mulamo? How you doing? Just you? That was say none of y'all was doing that. None of y'all was doing that shit. We was the only ones. That's the real sneaky link. Sound like a Rugrats episode. No, but for real. No, I was too. Gang. I need to link up with all the sneaky kids all the grown-ups who were once sneaky kids. I want to just get a check-in right now. Story time. How did y'all get the motherfucking presents out? I'll go first. That's my TikTok right there, so you're welcome. You guys are here for it live. But yeah, bro. Good shit, bro. It was good shit, bro. It was good shit. All right, I digress. Let's watch this video about gaming. I just couldn't help it. As soon as he said that, I thought of that shit, bro. They used to tell my brother what my brother got, and we used to sneak and tell each other. Hilarious. That's hilarious. I used to have secret meetings. Okay, so you got the Molly Pocket. She got you the Molly Pocket with the makeup set, and she got you some other toys too, like little dollhouse and whatever. What the fuck were you getting as a kid, bro? I don't know. All I remember is Molly Pocket, and you was telling him like, no, you got the dinosaur. Like, what kind of dinosaur? No, the T-Rex. No, it's not a T-Rex. It's like a T-Rex, but it got a big spike on its back. Shit, like, what is that called? I don't know, but it's a cool dinosaur. I think you're really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck was that thought process like, bro?
Me. And even more rare than that was seeing characters who looked like me that I would ever actually want to be like. And what I was starting to understand in my young imagination was the concept of representation before I had the vocabulary to describe it. And for a lot of black gamers, the way that we see ourselves represented, and I would say gamers of color too, we've got a couple of options. We've got either bad representation or no representation at all. And 26 years after I got that gift, I don't think the issue has changed very much. In fact, in some ways, I think it's gotten worse. About 6 years ago, I was going through a really rough bout of depression. I'm talking the flat on your face, can't get up off the couch, can't go to work, don't want to go outside kind of depression.
I know where my parents would hide their presents in the closet, but the house we lived in had a secret entry into their closet that only I found. So I was sneaking there all the time. Damn, you smooth fucking criminal. I love that shit.
And like I usually would, at difficult times like that, I would play my favorite video game. At the time, that was Call of Duty Black Ops. And my gaming avatar was what I thought was a very funny picture of President.
How old is this nigga, bro? He was playing Black Ops and Sega Genesis? Hello? What, this nigga, what?
President Obama. And after one deathmatch session, I'll never forget this. I heard a voice come to me over the headphones, and that person who saw that picture and maybe didn't think it was as funny as I did, said to me, "Do the world a favor, nigger.
Wow.
Kill yourself."
Wow.
And I had to turn off the game and turn the system off because I had that very same thought in my head that very same morning.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Wow.
I haven't played a Call of Duty game since.
I don't blame you. Fuck Call of Duty.
As grown-ups, we spend a lot of time thinking about the way that young minds are shaped. We spend a lot of time thinking about what they're being taught in school, how they're being taught. We spend time thinking about their peers, their influences, friends, family, teachers, coaches, making sure that they're positive influences in their lives. So how is it that for 6 hours a week, we allow them to receive very clear instruction on racism? Imagine signing your child into a class where for 6 hours a week, it's not only okay but encouraged to call other students by old and outdated stereotypes, to refer to them by racial slurs and gendered slurs.
He's spitting.
And then when the other students speak up about it, that they're bullied and harassed into silence.
Spitting.
Imagine what it's like for a parent on the other side of that equation. Imagine you're a parent who sends your child into a classroom. Imagine you're a black parent, for example, where for 6 hours and 30 minutes, because black gamers spend 30 more minutes per week on video games than their white peers do. So for 6 hours and 30 minutes, they're in a classroom where they're going to be told that they're stupid, they're told that they're helpless, and where they will be referred to by racial and gendered slurs. What is the impact of that? Well, if I was to describe to you your average black character in a game, it might go a little something like this. They would probably be physically imposing, probably be like a massive character, mean, knows the streets, fought his way up from poverty, might have a mouth on him, but usually he lets his fists or his guns do the talking. He might look a little something like this.
Yikes.
Or like this. Or like this. Now, I want to call attention to my homeboy here, Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII.
Real nigga.
One of my favorite characters from one of my favorite games.
You know, in the game, they made him weaker on purpose, which is kind of whack. Like, the more you leveled him up or, like, had him use, like, certain abilities, he was just trash. Like, it was kind of weird. I was like, what the fuck they doing here? Yeah, I remember hearing him stuff like all the time growing up, gaming to the point where I wasn't affected anymore, and I found it funny. Only black game I can think of is 50 Cent Give It Your Dog Trying. I can think of NBA Street, NFL Street. We had a little moment for a second where we were doing like those kind of games that were kind of fun, but it's like why did it have to be street to be black? You know what I'm saying? Def Jam. Yeah.
But I can't get around the fact that my guy has a gun for an arm.
Oh, that's pretty fucking wild. Yeah, I didn't even think about that either.
Okay, so what's it like for black women characters? Well, in the history of gaming, there have been less than 20 playable black women characters in the history of ever when it comes to gaming. And I'll give you one example. In the game Uncharted 4, which is the fourth game in the franchise and a very popular franchise for the PlayStation consoles, our hero Nathan Drake has gone from continent to continent in search of lost treasures and lost artifacts. And it's until the fourth game where he actually encounters a black woman.
Wow.
And when he does, he meets our friend here, Nadine Ross. And Nadine has to be fought by the player hand to hand in order for the game to proceed. So this is what black women are often taught about themselves through gaming, that they're less people than they are obstacles to be overcome, to be dominated, oftentimes fought, oftentimes killed. By the way, Uncharted is rated T for teens, 13 and up, so maybe time to rethink the way that we do our rating system. Now, are there characters that don't fall under these stereotypes? Yes, absolutely, there are. But
I never thought of that either. That's interesting, bro, for sure. I think about Resident Evil 5 when they had a black they had Chris Redfield go to Africa to kill a bunch of white people or black people, and that was originally the game, and then they decided to add on a whole co-op feature because they realized it was kind of like insensitive, and they added a black girl from South Africa to help him along on his journey, and it became like the co-op game,
In the games from the years 2007 to 2012, if you looked at the 50 most popular games, 2/3 of the characters were white. And if you cross out athletes and you cross out celebrities from those games, what you end up is with 3% representation for black characters. You'll also get 5 for women. I don't mean 5%, I mean literally 5 women in these games, 2 of which, by the way, are playable characters. So even though women make up 52% of the gaming audience, they're often romantic partners and damsels in distress, basically trophies for male characters to collect. Now, there are games like role-playing games, RPGs, where you can create your own character, which is great because if you aren't seeing yourself represented in the game, then you can just go ahead and create a character. But if you look at the Elder Scrolls series, which is a very popular series, I happen to love it myself.
Elder Scrolls, that's another one I really love too.
All kinds of characters. You can be a human or an elf or a lizard person or a cat person, all kinds of different cool characters. But each of those classes, each of those races has different attributes. So for example, woodland elves are skilled in archery, they're skilled in sneaking.
He's gonna talk about red guards, fuck.
And orcs, they're tough, they're strong, they're durable. But this list of attributes cuts across human races too. And one of those human races is called the Red Guard race. And Red Guards have very similar skin and hair and facial features like you'd find with black people right here on this earth. Now, in order to be a mage, a magic user in the Elder Scrolls universe, you have to be high in attributes like willpower and intelligence. Those just happen to be the attributes that Red Guards lack. So what does this mean for a black parent who buys a game for their 17-year-old daughter? It means that when that black girl plays the video game, she's more likely to play as a speedy blue hedgehog, or a pink marshmallow puff, or a ninja turtle, than she is to play as someone who looks like herself. And even when she can play as somebody who looks like herself, that character might be too stupid to be a wizard.
Interesting choices there. Interesting choices there, bro. Interesting choices, bro. I ain't never seen a red guard mage. Nigga, I didn't even choose red guard because what's even worse about that, I think that red guards have a special ability that when they get angry, they get super strong or some shit. It's like a athletic ability or some shit. It's crazy, bro. And I remember trying to be a red guard when I used to play Morrowind and when I used to play Skyrim and shit. And I was just like, I can't do this, bro. This is just not fun, bro. I would always choose the lion race because the Khajiit, because I was like, I can't be a black person and be cool. So I was like, I'm just gonna be a Khajiit then. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I think it was pretty crazy. I think they were like, all the red guards were like really addicted to skooma too, which is like a drug. That could have been a Khajiit though. I don't remember. Would you prefer seeing more minority inclusive protagonists that don't make a show of them being POC or LGBTQ+, or would you rather see more LGBTQ+ customization in games? Both. We need both. The answer is also both, but why do you think you need? Which one do you think we need more of right now? I don't see the idea that they don't make a show of them being POC. I don't know what that means, because that sounds like when people say, "Oh, it's forced." You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's really correct, bro. I don't know. I used to feel like that too, and I realized that, you know, that white people in movies have been mediocre for years, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? They've been extremely mediocre. You know what I'm saying? And this is gonna sound kind of weird, but I think black people and people from other marginalized communities don't have to have some amazing piece of fiction for it to be in a movie. You know what I'm saying? They deserve to be mediocre too. You know what I mean? Like, let them be mediocre movies too. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I didn't like Us. At all. I thought it was a terrible movie, you know. But seeing where that movie came from, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, I'm just happy that black people can finally make mediocre horror movies. You know what I mean? Like, that was a very mediocre horror movie, but it's like, we finally have the opportunity to even make that and have success. You know what I'm saying? Like, white people have been making mediocre horror movies for generations, bro. And it's like, oh, now we get to, I mean, isn't that equitable? You know what I mean? I'm tired of token stereotype games. As someone that is white, passing, Hispanic, Jewish man, it's just weird seeing them in games sometimes. I mean, there's a difference between a token and then it being a show of them. You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand what you mean if it's like a token, for sure. Yeah, I get what you mean. I interpret it as a different way, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like, that's basically what he's talking about here. Like, Barrett, you know, being Mr. T, basically Mr. T with a fucking gun on his arm, bro, is a very interesting choice for Final Fantasy VII. Only black character, you know. So GTA 6 needs to be a female lead. It should be a female lead, yeah. Great black writer get their shit stolen constantly. Look at Terminator, The Matrix. Yeah, I heard about that. That's interesting, bro. I heard about that shit, bro. What I liked about Jordan Peele's movies is the guys versus the new look on our culture's horror. We are scared different, if that makes sense. Sometimes the recent things is ourselves. The scary things are ourselves. That's what I got from Us. Yeah, I did too. And also, he wasn't as jump scary, which is cool too. Like, he was like doing like the slow burning horror, you know what I'm saying? Which is something like Hereditary did as well. And something like, you know, The Witch did as well. Like, horror that's not just stupid, like Insidious or Conjuring ass, you know, fucking jump scare bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Which I can't appreciate about the movie too. Overall, I thought the movie was kind of just was kind of silly though. Yeah, it was just hella silly to me. Like, I was laughing the whole time, but yeah, it gets cheaper the more you think about it, or creepier the more. Yeah, and look at it. You know, rather than being a quick flash moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like the more you look at it, the more the scarier you get, which is dope. You know. Don't get me started on that. Yeah. Y'all excited for this new one? People saying it's going to be aliens, but I think it's going to be rednecks. Same thing, right? I'm just kidding. Let's watch the rest of this video. My bad.
Now, you might ask yourself, is it possible that we could create better representation by getting people of color into the industry and making it more diverse?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Black devs make up less than 1%, despite having 13% of all the credible degrees.
But I spoke to my friend Manveer Air, and Manveer has worked for some of the top gaming companies in the last 10 years, made some really awesome video games. And what he told me was that as a person of color in the workplace, he puts himself at risk if he speaks up about these subjects. Not only does he risk alienating himself from colleagues, he also risks finding enemies online, people who are all too happy to flood him with abuse and with harassment for trying to create a better industry.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. It shouldn't be on the devs, bro. It shouldn't be on the devs.
And speaking of abuse and harassment,
should be on the
we have an
management.
example of what that looks like.
It should be on the management side, bro.
People do try to speak up and create a better industry. If you look at feminist scholar Anita Sarkeesian here, she created a really awesome YouTube series, which I very highly recommend you watch, which talks about the tropes and stereotypes that women characters are portrayed as in video games. And for the work she was doing, for asking for better representation, well, this is...
If y'all can't see it, it says lingerie is not armor. And she talks about how girl characters don't have armor, they have lingerie. And it's just kind of like, you know, fighting games are notorious for this. If you grow up and you played Soul Calibur, Tekken, any of the fighting games, bro, it's like they're just so sexual. It's insane, bro. It's like unnecessarily sexual. MK, oh my God. And as a little boy, this is what I'm seeing. I'm thinking, oh, you know, like, yeah.
This is the result she got. This was the response.
Damn, I see kill yourself, fuck yourself.
I just want to draw your attention to the fact that the most PG response that I could find that I could say out loud to you here is, I hope you get cancer and die. And Anita was scheduled to give a talk at Utah State University a little while back.
And that's because representation has not been done. So, you know.
And she had to cancel it. And she also had to move out of her home because the threats that came to her family, and the threats that came to the school, somebody threatened the deadliest school shooting in American history if she went forward with the talk. That's the response she gets for trying to help create a better industry. This is not okay. Nobody should have to go through bullying and harassment and rape threats and death threats simply to do the things that they love.
Wow.
Now,
that's crazy.
Ultimately, I know it doesn't sound like it, but I am an optimist, and I'm privileged enough to work with a lot of young people who do want to become that next generation of game creators, who do want to create characters that represent their audience. There are characters out there that I've seen, like my friend Samuel, a freedom fighter who's out to save the world. Characters like Elizabeth, regular black girl doing regular black girl things, like having her walk in the park, become a mad dash to escape an army of squirrels.
Never heard of any of this.
Characters like the sun god Ra, who's trying to save his kingdom from collapsing. Now this is all well and good, but this is on the creation side. What about the consumer side? Now, as consumers, you have a role to play here too. And I hope I've opened your eyes to what it's like for gamers of color, what it is that we go through.
Facts, Shogun.
I'm going to ask you to please keep your eyes open. When you see games that get it right, when you see games where the characters put in the work to offer good representation to gamers of color, recommend it, talk to your friends, buy those games, support those companies.
Facts.
And if game companies are going to rely on lazy and outdated stereotypes, then don't buy those games. Give them bad online reviews. Even write the developers.
Hold these companies accountable. And this is why I speak up on the shit that I do, bro. You know what I'm saying? I try my best to fucking support the fucking shit that's important. That's why when we saw Agrabota in God of War, and I was like, this is great representation. I can't wait to play this game. Fuck it, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I made a post about it. You know what I'm saying? When I saw fucking, because that's the kind of world that I want to see. You know what I'm saying? When I saw Elden Ring or Mass Effect Masterclass Edition, whatever, remastered, have some bullshit ass haircuts for black people, I was like, man, this is kind of good, but this is also kind of shitty as well. So why are y'all doing this? Because this is not how black people wear their hair. I said some shit about that too. Elden Ring, bro. When Elden Ring came out and there's no black hairstyles in it, I'm talking about that shit too, because this shit is important to me and it fucking matters, bro. And I think that more people need to have these conversations, and me using my platform to spark these conversations is a net positive. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, bro, because the alternative is fucking silence. The alternative is fucking the same bullshit. You see what I'm saying? I tried to play Deathloop. I couldn't get into it. I tried to play Deathloop, but I couldn't. I'm not really into the FPS. I'm learning that I'm not really into the FPS story games as much anymore. They're just not as fun for me anymore. I don't know why. I just don't really feel connected to the character for whatever reason. But yeah. Not every female character is sexualized. Not every, but most. I mean, they've got some characters that are not sexualized, sure, but like a lot of these characters are fucking very sexualized. And to say that it's like not a problem, you know what I'm saying, is I think is a little unhinged, I'll be honest. Yeah. Is that what you're saying right now? Would you want them to wear knight armor? I mean, they should be able to wear whatever the guys are wearing. To be honest, but whatever.
Take your business elsewhere. I'm going to ask you as an audience and as consumers, the next time you pick up a video game controller or the next time you buy a game for your child, ask yourself this question: how much skin do I have in the game? Thank you.
There's like no excuses to be inclusive with your character customization. There is no excuses. They just don't want to do it. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, bro. And either that or they don't want to mess it up. And it's like, if you don't want to mess it up, then you would just hire someone to do it right. And if you can't do that, then you don't really give a fuck, right? Yeah. How y'all feeling, chat? Y'all feeling good, bro? I'm feeling good. There's a history of black video game characters on this. Y'all want to watch it? Hungry? I'm pretty hungry too. I think I want to meditate. But what do y'all feel like doing, bro? They got female characters, boobs moving, and the character just isn't moving. Bro, have you seen Ninja Gaiden, bro? Have you seen Ninja Gaiden when they do that shit? Bro, bro, there's a character called Rachel in there, bro. She'll breathe and her titties will jig. She'll be like, and then I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, it's clearly made for male satisfaction, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you're not under attack, Ray. You're fine, bro. Just, listen. Just listen.
Hey, everyone.
Let's check this out. History of black character video game characters. Let's go. Yeah.
I'm Uchenna. Over the last few years, the black community has made huge strides when it comes to representation.
Yes, sir, and we need more of that shit, goddammit.
Movies, TV, and comic books. But when it comes to video games, for the most part, the first character that comes to mind is either a blue hedgehog, a short and round Italian plumber, or a grizzly 30-year-old white dude.
You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We're slowly seeing improvement, but there are still real systemic changes that the industry needs to make if we ever want to see real representation in games. The first step to progress is understanding how we got here. So in honor of Black History Month, I want to talk to you about the history of black video game characters.
Gang.
Even though games are a relatively young medium, there's still a whole lot of outdated ugliness to parse through, especially towards the beginning, where black characters are defined by sports and stereotypes.
Bruh.
The earliest depiction of a playable black character that I could find dates back to 1976 in an obscure arcade game from Sega called Heavyweight Champ. The game's in grayscale, so it's kind of up for debate, but one boxer is definitely rendered darker than his opponent. A more clear-cut example comes from 1979 with Atari's Basketball. On the more famous Atari 2600 version, you could choose between a purple guy or a green guy. But the later releases on more powerful hardware make it clear that one of the characters is black. As sports games became more complex, they began relying on real-life stars to sell copies, resulting in games like Daley Thompson's Decathlon and Frank Bruno's Boxing, putting black athletes front and center. Speaking about,
I didn't even know this is a thing. This is kind of cool.
the Punch-Out series gave us some of Nintendo's only black.
See, Dishonored. I never played Dishonored. Was it a good game, bro? I'm just not a big FPS like story gamer anymore. Like Resident Evil's cool, but outside of Resident Evil, I'm just like, I don't know. Do y'all like for story game FPSs?
Black characters in the form of hardworking trainer Doc Lewis and the ugly caricatures he helps you fight.
I feel like they should all be like how Skyrim, you can kind of go in first person or third person in the game. I think they should be like that. I think that's fucking dope.
Have always had a strange relationship with representation. And even though there's been some progress made over the years, they can still do better. Seriously, there are over 70 characters in Smash Ultimate, and not a single one of them is black.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
Today, characters of color are no longer limited to sports. The legacy still persists as stereotypes, from Barrett Wallace to Cole Train.
Try to tell you to stay away from that chopper, man. Sounds like
try to stay away from that jump, man.
Shit got thick for you. It did. Thanks for the assist, Cole.
Jackson Briggs to Doomfist. The default mode of black characters seems to be loud, aggressive, enormous dudes whose athleticism, strength, and masculinity are their defining traits. That's why heroes like Lee Everett, Marcus Holloway, and Lincoln Clay are so refreshing. They're down to earth everyman, not roided out rage machines.
My friend actually sounds like that? That's crazy.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Now, I'm not trying to rag on sports games. They're a huge pillar of the entire industry. And over the last few years, black artists like Spike Lee and Jay-Z have been deeply involved in elevating them, producing awesome entries into the 2K Sports series. But simply dropping African-American characters into a game isn't enough, especially when they stick to tired tropes. Black characters have existed on the periphery since the earliest days of gaming, but it took a little longer for them to become stars.
What was that?
One of the first non-sports games to feature a playable black character is Sega's Quartet from 1986, an arcade shooter that lets you choose from 4 characters, including Edgar, a black super soldier. Soon, plenty of titles were at least giving gamers the option of playing as a character of color, especially fighting games. Street Fighter 2's selection of world warriors like Balrog and DJ helped ignite a trend of multicultural rosters, and today some of the most diverse casts can be found in fighters, including my fave Eddie Gordo from Tekken. That dude's got sweet capoeira moves.
I used to love Tekken growing up, bro. That was my brother used to play a lot of fighting games and shit.
Win.
The deep inclusive roster could be the reason why the fighting game community is home to far more people of color.
Fucking Icon, fucking Sonic Fox.
Than most gaming scenes. It's one thing to give gamers a choice to play as a person of color, let them create their own, or to showcase black people in supporting roles like Alex Vance or Sergeant Johnson. But what about games where you have to play as a black character, where the only way to experience the game is through a person of color? An early example is Cyborg, a little-known PC game from 1986, not to be confused with DC's superhero of the same name.
When there's trouble, you know
Capoeira.
what to do. Call Cyborg.
Which may be the reason the game was pulled and re-released as a Mandroid. Mandroid didn't have much of an impact, but just 3 years later, the massive hit Michael Jackson's Moonwalker put you in the king of pop shoes.
My brother used to play this one.
Other games
that's so badass.
Based on black celebrities followed suit, like that piece of shit Shaq Fu. And other decent games like Michael Jordan's Chaos in the Windy City. Meanwhile, Predator 2, Spawn, Blade, Beverly Hills Cop, and other licensed properties gave you control of their black protagonists.
I'm so glad they're remaking Blade, by the way.
But they're not really video game characters, even though today, Shadow Man is far more known for his 1999 game than his obscure comic series. Original black heroes are few and far between, like the problematic voodoo priest Akuji the Heartless.
Explore all the lands of each vestibule of hell.
FPS forerunners like Rusty Blade and John Dalton, or in the sadly all too rare example of a woman of color in a leading role, rookie cop Darcy Stern from 1999's Urban Chaos. Of course her name had to be spelled the black way, with an apostrophe. Today, black protagonists are far more commonplace, from Aveline Adewale and Bayek of Assassin's Creed to Billy Lurk from Dishonored. But including characters...
Yeah, there you go. I need a Beverly Hills Cop remake. I will never disrespect Cyborg.
The color is only part of the equation because blackness is far more than a color. It's a culture.
Facts.
One of the earliest games to feature predominantly black characters is Street Beat, a 1985 Commodore 64 title where you wander the streets of London making people dance with your giant boombox. It's weird. It was an early unsuccessful attempt to inject rap culture into games and an omen of even more awkward attempts to come. But as hip hop grew in influence and games continued to evolve, the two art forms
Def Jam, baby,
were destined to collide. In 1994, Biggie unleashed the floodgates by boasting of his console collection.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
Super Nintendo.
I couldn't picture this. I don't know most of the words. What? Publishers were quick to cash in on the hip-hop inspired games like the SNES classic Rap Jam Volume 1.
Who remembers Parappa the Rapper? Who remember that, bro?
An NBA Jam clone that lets you play as 1990s icons like Queen Latifah, Onyx, and LL Cool J. Wu-Tang Clan got in on the action too with the 1999 fighting game classic Wu-Tang Shaolin Style, complete with its own really weird custom PS1 controller that looks like you can't really hold it, but whatever. Def Jam Vendetta combined rap with pro wrestling, using the WWF No Mercy engine to kick off a series that pitted Def Jam's biggest stars against each other in a no-holds-barred brawl.
Nobody ever beats me.
This shit was so cool. I remember we used to play the fuck out of this. This was the shit back in the day.
The love affair between hip-hop and video games reached its peak in 2004 with one of the greatest games of all time, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Yeah.
Despite being mostly written by two white dudes from England, San Andreas was an authentic, earnest love letter to 90s gangster movies like Boys in the Hood.
Yeah. Taking off the motherfucking set.
With an incredible soundtrack and some of the most fleshed out, compelling black characters I've ever seen in games.
We all the same, Carl, you, me. We all trying to pull ourselves out of the hole. Somebody steps on me, I gotta step on you.
Voiced by stars like Samuel Jackson, Ice-T, Charlie Murphy, and Faison Love. Games like
that's amazing, bro. That's amazing. I forgot about that, bro. That's amazing.
50 Cent Bulletproof and Mark Ucko's Getting Up continued the trend, but as the years went on and the line between rap and pop continued to blur, authentic hip-hop games fell out of fashion as rap merged more with the mainstream. Modern music is so splintered among streaming and subgenres that no single style can have the same influence that hip-hop did in the 90s and aughts. Black culture is the culture now, but as the recent controversy over Fortnite appropriating dance moves shows, developers still have no qualms exploiting black artists to turn a profit. The challenges of black representation in gaming are more than cultural, because the problem is systemic.
Yes, sir, my nigga.
There are a lot of reasons why there aren't enough black video game characters, but it's definitely not because black people don't play games. A recent poll showed that 89% of African Americans played video games, compared to 71% of white teenagers.
Damn, 89% of black people play video games, 71% of white people play video games. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Behind the scenes is a very different story. Black developers have played a huge role in gaming history, like engineer Jerry Lawson, who came up with the concept of interchangeable ROM cartridges in an era where games were built into the hardware. Guy was a real game changer. But today, we're barely represented in the industry. In a 2017 survey, only 1% of the developers polled identified as black, a truly outrageous number that explains a lot about why the industry falls so short. As Barry Jenkins' Moonlight so gorgeously taught us, black skin requires careful consideration when it comes to lighting. But the shaders and engines common in the industry fall painfully short when it comes to depicting darker complexions, letting characters of color fade into the background where their lighter-skinned counterparts pop. The same goes for hair. For years, black characters were limited to dreads, Caesars, and cartoonish afros, because no one really bothered to figure out how to capture the texture, depth, and weight that comes with natural black hair.
Bruh. Crazy shit, right?
Games like Afro Samurai, Wolfenstein, and Uncharted: The Lost Legacy do a much better job than most, but without people behind the scenes who have lived the experience, who understand the complexities of portraying black people correctly, most developers still build their games with whiteness as the default. Things are getting better though. Just recently, Apex Legends dethroned Fortnite as the hottest game in town, with a diverse roster that includes 2 playable black women. which is 2 more than Overwatch has.
Remember this, I'm the
Damn, Overwatch ain't got no black people? That's crazy. That big ass cast of people.
one you should have concerns about.
Meanwhile,
That's why Overwatch so goddamn toxic now, bro.
Terry Crews has become the real-life face of the Crackdown series, and games like In the Valley of the Gods and Far Cry New Dawn are also giving black women the spotlight they deserve. Black characters have come a long way
What is Far Cry New Dawn? What is that?
since Heavyweight Champ, but there's still a long road to go.
And if we can't take it, we'll break it.
The industry
That's lit.
needs creators of color from
Talk about Deathloop. I think this is before Deathloop.
the top down. Developers who have
You know what game I'm really excited about though? Can we just talk about what games we're really excited? Let me finish this first. But can we talk about games we're really excited about with black leads?
lived the experience and can bring that insight to the games they make. If we truly want to achieve equality in the electronic gaming space, companies need to work harder to create more opportunities for people of color. Because change starts from within, and it starts with you. Hey, I'm Uchenna, and thanks for watching my first nerd video.
Love it, 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 love it. Can we talk about games we're excited about with black leads? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Forspoken, baby.
It's quite beautiful.
Yes, sir. You know I'm on this shit, bro.
Everything here wants to kill you, kind of.
You know I'm on. Even though she got the straight hair shorty. I think. I don't know. Sheesh.
You know I'm a world changer.
Nah, she got straight hair though. She's black, but she got straight hair for sure. They was not trying to do no black hair on her. Silk press per and that. Hey, fuck it. I'll take it. Woo, this shit looks so clean. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I need to get in contact with them guys ASAP, bro. I need to get in contact with them ASAP. I need to promote their game when it drops. I want to be a part of that launch deal.
Let's finish this.
Yeah. 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 I need this game. I need this game, bro. October 11th, I need this game. I need to go hit them up ASAP, bro. I think I'm gonna hit them up after stream, bro. I'm always playing this game, even though it's not my kind of game. It looks amazing, bro. It looks amazing, bro. Yeah, bro. That's one I'm really excited for. Guys, I'm so excited, bro. I'm so excited for that game, bro. I want it and I need it. Yeah, bro. What am I doing? Let's see. Oh, ambient gold. Yeah, bro. How was today's stream though, guys? Did you guys enjoy yourself? You guys enjoy yourself, bro? Yeah, that's Goof do it. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up, bro. I want to work with that game drop, bro. Amazingly, that's right up my alley, bro. And you know, all them niggas have been crazy telling me that it's like not. It's a myth, like that Elden Ring doesn't have black hairstyles because it's a medieval game. Like, well, we got a whole black woman as the medieval main character, bro. Granted, she do got a silk press, but nonetheless, bro. They didn't show this game anywhere. They showed it at the State of Play. They showed it at the Game Awards. Yeah, they showed it at the Game Awards and the State of Play as well. Please do, bro. Please do. Please. Yeah, I'm gonna hit them up, bro. I want to work with them, bro. If I post something on Twitter right now, will y'all blow it up for me? If I post something on Twitter right now, will y'all blow it up for me? I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna find Forspoken. And I'm gonna be like, I want to work with you on the release of your game. I'm so excited for this drop. Let's see if I can find him, bro. Forspoken. Oh, we got him right here. Let's go. Who's made their game? Who's made their game, bro? In a world now. Let me show y'all. Let me show you. Yeah. This is her right here. This is them right here. Forspoken. Do they have who made their game though? Who made their game, bro? This the girl. This is the girl. Oh, this is the girl they modeled the girl after. Follow her. W. Who made the game though? That's usually. Oh, is it Square Enix? I think it might be Square Enix, bro. Yeah, this shit looks amazing, bro. Yeah, I'm about to hit them up right now. What's their last tweet, bro? What's their last tweet? I love this game concept. I want to work with you on its release. Is that good, y'all think? I just unfollow Square Enix, really? I'll have to follow them back. Is that good, y'all think? Should I say something else? Who else do I tag? Square Enix? Spoken. Hold on. Who made this? Oh, hold on. Let me save this really quick. I gotta figure out who made it. The developers. Hold on. This who made them? No, not Firespire. I thought it was. No. Release is spelled wrong, but I got you. Spell release. I got you. I'm not gonna tweet it yet. Weak ass argument. If Moors didn't wait, what happened? Also tag Luminous. Is that who made it? Luminous Productions? Yeah? Okay, babe. I'm looking at here it is. Is this? They don't have a Twitter? Oh, here it is right here. Wow, this is them? Wow, this is them. Oh, I'm about to follow this page, bro. This is how you get their ass right here. This is how you get their ass. I'm gonna follow this one. Yeah, cause they only got a little bit of followers on this one. They might fuck around and respond to a nigga. Yeah. This is how you do it right here. Okay, let me go to my unsit tweets and let me tweet that really quick. Okay, all right. On this video, I love this game concept. It's right up my right up my alley. Plus a black female lead. There we go. All right, chat. This is it. Okay, did I spell it wrong? Ali, my fault. Y'all niggas. Okay. Okay, that good? Okay, y'all got it. Capitalize black, yes ma'am. Anything else? Okay, I need you to go in here and blow that bitch up though. Y'all gotta go in there and retweet, like, and reply to that shit. And tag them niggas, bro. But like, yeah, he wants to work. Capitalize black. I want to work with these niggas, bro. I love this game concept. It's right up my alley. Plus a black female lead. I want to work with you on this release. Should I put my email on that bitch? Y'all gotta go crazy in there though. Y'all gotta go crazy, chat. How many of y'all got in here? Don't even answer that question. I don't want to know actually. But I want to tweet this right now. Are y'all ready, chat? Chat, y'all got me? Chat, y'all got me? All right, let's do it. Wait. There's another account over here. This is Forspoken Japan, JP? Nah, fuck it. We're good. Okay, bet. All right. I'm gonna just tweet it. Wait, is there another account? Hold on, there's another account. Am I missing something? Hold on. Let me make sure I got the right account. This one? Oh, this is Japan. I don't want to follow these niggas. This is Japan. They don't even speak my language. Yeah, fuck no. Never mind. All right, I'm good. I'm tripping. All right, chat. Let's go. Oh. Okay. Y'all ready? We're waiting? Okay, I got it. I love this game concept. It's right up my alley. Plus a black female lead. Should I put a picture in this? I should put a picture in this to make it pop more. Because it's a quote retweet, it's not gonna show the video. So I'm gonna do Forspoken. So that way it'll catch their attention more. And I'm gonna do a long form portrait. Hold on, what am I doing? Oh, here it is. This is so blurry. Can I get a better one? HD. Stop playing with me. Bitch, why y'all playing with me, bro? Hold on, I got y'all right now. Do they have sports? That's a good question. Let me look. That's probably even better. They probably do. No, they don't. What? Nope, they don't. That's crazy. Who's on that marketing team? God damn it. Hold on. Let me see. I need that one that's long portrait style and HD. Bro, they are not fucking with me today. They ain't got shit on here, bro. Good idea. Do they have yeah. Do me a favor and change female to woman. Okay, got you. I had a feeling about that. And I'm glad you're here to correct me on that. I had a feeling, I was like, because I was like, should I put female? And I put a black woman lead. Yeah, that just reads better, bro. Female just sounds like fucking animal stock or some shit. Like niggas say that shit. It's like, what are y'all trying to say, bro? I guess I'm gonna have to go with a portrait. Oh, here's one right here. This is the same blurry one. Fuck. Oh, there we go. Woo! This is cut off though. Fuck it. I'm gonna use this one. There we go. Oh, that's fire. That's way fire. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's fire, bro. Teamwork with the dreamer. Y'all doing a good job. Tweeting is an art. It is an art, bro, for sure. All right, I love a game. I love this game concept. It's right up my alley. Plus a black woman lead. I want to work with you on its release. Should I put my email on there? Contact me at or no? What do y'all think? No hashtag. Add some hashtags, really? I would save the hashtag personally because once you start adding this shit in, maybe under the tweet. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. All right, bet. All right, you ready, chat? Go crazy, chat. I don't know how this is gonna look, but I hope you guys blow this bitch up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go! We did it. All right, chat. Damn, I hit 12.5. What the fuck? Who followed me? I got 12.5. Yeah, 12.5. I would tweet about it, but them hating ass niggas would hold me. Oh damn, y'all niggas is quick. All right, let's go. Turn that bitch up, bro. I need some replies in that bitch too. I need some fucking replies in that bitch too, because replies matter. Oh, y'all can talk about how excited the game is. Y'all can talk about how y'all want to see me play it and how I'll be a perfect person to play it. I followed you, really? Mirax, you just put me? Oh wow, you guys just got me there. I appreciate y'all, bro. Well, y'all wasn't following me on Twitter before. I hate you niggas. I'm just kidding. Yeah, 7 retweets. Let's go. Run that bitch up, bro. Run that motherfucking bitch up, bro. This is gonna be lit, bro. I'm so excited. What if they respond to me today, bro? Can y'all imagine, bro? Then we did this together, bro. That'd be dope, man. That'd be so cool, bro. You don't even follow me back. I'm sorry, Ali. I'll follow you right now. What's your Twitter? I follow you. I just don't be thinking about if it's important or not. You know what I'm saying? But I'll follow you. It's not a big deal. Yeah, bro. I don't really use Twitter. I only open it for you. I appreciate it, bro. Just reply to your tweet. Let's go. Gang. Oh, look at Wave in here, you sexy son of a bitch. Actually, Psych, let me unfollow you real quick. I'm just kidding. Appreciate you, bro. Yes, sir. Ali. So anybody who replies gets a follow back. Is that what we're doing? But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for turning that bitch up. Damn, 3 quote tweets. Let's make it happen. Can we make this happen? Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. I fucking love you guys. Yes. Let's make it happen, Cabin. Let's make it happen. I'm gonna retweet each one of these retweets every hour. Okay, so everybody will get retweeted. Yes, sir. 11 retweets. Let's go. Make it happen, bro. I don't use Twitter, but Britney Spears is my follower. Wait, what? Really? Shut up. No way. She follows you? Let me check I'm gonna check your followers right now. Ain't no Britney Spears in here, bro. It would say followed by Britney. Liar. Liked and replied, gang. I appreciate you guys. You guys are fucking awesome, bro. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. What am I doing? You had to refresh that bitch one time. This is not low. Come on, Twitter's not tweeting enough for me. Yes, Luna. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Go to Britney Twitter. You're right. All right, am I following Giselle? I need to follow Giselle. Why type in B and she came up though? That's weird. That's weird. Britney Spears? She don't even have a Twitter. Britney Spears don't have a Twitter, you liar. Why did I just Google this? Or why did I just look for this? Community strong? Yes, sir. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it, bro. It really means a lot to me, bro. This could give me an amazing opportunity, bro. Ooh. Look at Marks. Let our black creators sit in these important rooms to share these amazing stories. Yeah. Yes, go Marks. Talk your shit. Let's go. Appreciate y'all, bro. Hell yeah, I love to see you play this. Definitely a W gameplay. Yes, sir. I want to play this, bro. I want to play this. Yes, sir. Hold that follow. Oh, I just unfollowed. Hold that follow, nigga. But I swear to God, she followed me years ago. Really? That's cool. The only person, I don't want to say only person. I guess I got some pretty cool followers now. But when I wasn't streaming or making content, y'all remember Miss Julia Kelly? I responded to one of her tweets. What's her name? I think she might still follow me. She might have unfollowed me. But I had like a huge crush on her back in the day. Is she still a person? Julia Kelly? I don't know if y'all remember. But I had like a huge crush on her back in the day. Yep. She still follows me. That's funny. She probably muted my shit. She followed me a long time ago when I was replying to an ass pic right away. That's crazy. She followed me right away when I was like replying to her some shit about Avatar: The Last Airbender. But she also follows 10K people. So like big fucking whoop, right? But yeah, I was super excited about that back in the day. But now it's like, she muted my shit. She didn't give a fuck about what I had to say. Yeah, this is amazing, bro. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Shogun. Yeah, thank you, bro. I'm gonna say thank you and I'm gonna thank you. Nah, that's cool that celebs follow people. Yeah, it is dope. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, we ran that bitch up, bro. I appreciate y'all, bro. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for supporting that, bro. I forgot about Twitter, but I retweeted. Gang. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, bro. That's dope. That's dope. Let's go, bro. If y'all can reply though. I've been getting follows from big ass creators lately. Does that mean I'm famous? Yes, it means you're famous. And it also means they think you're cool and or they want to see themselves in a tier list. Libra Jessica, how you doing? We're just spam posting my Twitter because I want to support this game that has a black woman lead. Because I think it would be cool. Why does it say I'm not following them? I think I unfollowed them by accident. Yes, sir. 23 is my lucky number. I think it's gonna happen, chat. I just saw that right there. 23 is my lucky number. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, W. Thank you. I must agree. Hey, me. Imagine. I'm just gonna say some shit. Like say something like, oh, like I'm having a riveting conversation. Hey, imagine this would be just like Elden Ring playthrough. Remember? No, that's too soon. It's too soon. It just came out. What's a game that it's like, bro? Fuck, I can't think. Check your Discord DM. All right, baby. I'm not like, I believe you, Giselle. You don't have to prove anything to me. I believe you. Wait, is this Britney Spears? Hold on. Did she just send me? Oh, this is Britney. New shoot on the ride. I wish it would just tell you. I don't know if that works. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it tells you. We can't even figure it out anyways. I know she had a Twitter. Yeah. You got it, Giselle. I believe you. No, she's not lying. I don't know. I can't check her followers. It's Britney, bitch. 25. Let's go, bro. Fuck, I gotta something smooth. What do I say to Mo? Yeah, bro. This would be dope. Okay, all right. I'm done. I think we're done, right? Are we done, chat? Are we done? 15 retweets? Let's go. Yeah, bro. Samuel. We did that, bro. I appreciate y'all, bro. Thank you guys so much for turning that up for me, bro. 7 quote retweets? Oh, we need this to happen. Gang. I appreciate y'all, bro. That really means a lot to me. I hope you guys know that. We got the quote retweets coming in. I'm gonna quote retweet one of these every hour, so they cannot not look at it. It's a Monday. They're gonna see this. And I'm gonna slide in their DMs, bro. They're gonna see this. Oh, can they see this? I think you might have to tag them on this, but oh well. Yeah, you might have to tag them on this shit right here, because I don't think they'll see the. I don't think they'll see the quote retweets, but oh well. You know, I appreciate y'all sharing it to your followers nonetheless, though. Y'all finna see this pretty much, nigga. You're gonna have to tell me no. You know what I'm saying? They can't pretend like I don't exist. You know? What do you guys think gets more engagement? Quote retweet or retweet? Retweet, for sure. Yeah, retweet, because it's easier. You don't have to read it twice. But also quote retweets add a different context in it. So I would probably say retweet. But quote retweet is not far behind. Yeah, quote retweet is for sure, bro. They both generate conversation. Exactly. Yeah. So I think retweet in that case, because there's an additional layer to it. You know what I'm saying? But also people use quote tweets to combat a popular tweet. They'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's a good question though. New shoot on the ride. Appreciate all the love, guys. Really means a lot to me. All right, y'all. That was fun. I appreciate y'all supporting the boy. Quote retweets do only more traction when it's memeable. Yeah. The people underestimate the comment is like as well. Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that, man. That really means a lot to me, bro. That was dope. That was dope as fuck. Hall of Fame moment, bro. Yeah, that was fucking cool, bro. Definitely Hall of Fame moment, bro. W stream, y'all had a good time today, bro? I hope you guys did, bro. It really means a lot to me, guys, that you guys sit and support me in this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you guys enjoy the topic today. I try to keep it somewhat lighthearted without, fucking coming out of jug. One of these days, I think next week, I'm planning consent, but I want to throw in something like more lighthearted that's mindful. You know what I'm saying? I don't want mindfulness to always be addressing systematic or personal trauma. You know what I mean? Or, but I don't know. I got to figure out another way. I got to dig deep, Thank you, Malamo. I appreciate that. We're going to speak good things in the atmosphere. This is action toward representation we need. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. Consent and boundaries. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm tackling. Consent and boundaries next week. And I guess that doesn't have to be hard if you don't make it. That might be kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so heavy stuff can be draining. Exactly. And I understand. That's why I only do these streams once a week. I used to do them more, and I used to hit even more taxing stuff than what we're talking about now. But I would like to do like a goal setting one again. Maybe like a goal setting one, or just something that's like hella motivational and shit, Setting boundaries is positive. Yeah, for sure. Heavy stuff can be draining. Yeah, for sure. We did a whole Mindful Monday one time on Atomic Habits, the book. I don't know if you guys were here for that. I don't know. It was dope, bro. Dang it, I just got back from the store. It's okay. I'm gonna put this VOD up on the YouTube, bro. If you guys want to watch the whole thing. Again, I want to thank every single one of you beautiful individuals for coming out, bro. Please join the Discord if you're not already, bro. We got community events popping off all week, bro. We doing streaming. I'm popping content everywhere, bro. We just watched Turning Red last night. I wish more people could have joined us because it was a really good movie, bro. But we had a good time though. We was lit like a jet in there, bro. So, fuck it. Let's see. I don't know what movie we'll watch next week, but we'll probably have something good. Thanks for the stream. We also watched Attack on Titan, which is fucking trauma inducing all the time. Glad I know about Forsaken now. Yeah, I'm glad I could have told you about it, bro. Like, I hope you enjoy it, bro, because it looks like a really good game. I feel like it's a game that you're gonna have to try really hard to fuck up. So, yeah, I'll say that much. Thanks for the stream. Thank you guys, bro. If you guys want to join us for meditation as we end the stream, I would highly recommend it. We talked about a lot of angering shit today, although it was ending on a positive note. So like if you might need some meditation to calm down, bro. I know I always do, and I always appreciate it. So if you want to join us, you can find a comfortable spot on the floor, in a chair with your back upright, and get ready to vibe out, bro. Just get ready to vibe out, bro, because that's what we're doing today, bro. New shoes on the right. I'm gonna just plop this up right here so y'all can get me right in the middle, and we're gonna vibe, bro. I appreciate every single one of you guys, bro. If you guys want to stick around later for the raid, that would mean a lot to me. If not, it's cool. I love you guys for it, kids. Mwah. Get this meditation in.
Welcome to the Daily Calm. Let's begin by finding a comfortable position in a posture that feels relaxed yet alert. Close your eyes, soften your forehead, and let there be a soft smile in the corners of your lips. Now take a few long,